The referee happy with everything, and we are underway here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. It's Rochdale against Boston United. Can the Pilgrims get themselves out of that relegation zone? We'll find out at the end of play, as Boston United have the ball early on now with Jay Rowe looking to play in Jimmy Knowles down the right hand side. Knowles will be trying to win himself a throw, but he can't. He's shefted out there by Beckwith, and Rochdale have a throw in for themselves down by the corner flag. Boston United, I think there were two coaches of away fans coming today, as Rob mentioned, paid for by Rochdale as an apology really for the postponement, or as they cancelled it twice. But Boston United are coming forward here themselves. They've given the ball away. Then it's back with the goalkeeper Sam Waller. Very calmly goes out to the right hand side. Boston looking to press high, and this is where Rochdale will look to try and break themselves, but the pass from Aidan Barlow goes out of play, and it's a throw into Boston over on the left hand side on the halfway line.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see Rochdale. They certainly like to use the two wing backs. Adebayo Rowland, who's not in the squad tonight, was really impressive in the original game start first day of the season. And one thing that you will notice as well is they do like to use their goalkeeper a lot. They like him to be playing the ball out from the back, and I wonder if Boston will try and exploit that and put him under a bit of pressure.
Boston have it with their goalkeeper at the moment, all in pink. Cameron Gregory looks to go long and ended up going nowhere near anybody, and Rochdale have won the ball back, and it's they that are going to try and pass the way through the midfield area, and it's that man Barlow again on the right hand side, and now it's with Adu Poku on the right. He's looking to try and get across, and he does low. It's cleared away by Jay Rowe on the near post, and it's Boston trying to pick this ball up, but it'll be Rochdale that'll start again from the back with their captain Ebanks Landell. It's a long ball forward that's headed away by Nicholson, and Hill will try and pick this one up now in midfield for Boston United and plays that ball forward. Now can he get Knowles in down the left hand side? Yes he can. Knowles for Boston United. He's got Ward up there with him. Knowles, he does well to get the ball into the penalty area. Ward went near post, and in the end it's cleared away for a throw in, and this will be the first we see of Brad Nicholson.
Yeah, good so far from Boston United, that wasn't it? Looking to use the pace of Jimmy Knowles. Obviously Ebanks Landell not the paciest of defenders, and I think if they can get that one-on-one with Knowles up against him a little bit more often. It was a shame there was nobody really supporting him apart from Keaton Ward, but Brad Nicholson's long throws against Fylde in the away win there, that caused a whole host of issues. And the one thing about the Rochdale goalkeeper, he's not the tallest.
No, he's not. Well, Mills scored at Yeovil from a Nicholson throw. Rowe scored against Woking from a Nicholson throw. They've been effective, and it's such a weapon to have for Boston United. And here comes Brad Nicholson from the right with the first long throw of this match, looking to get it towards that 6-yard box. It is headed away well. Boston looking to try and pick the second ball up, and it'll be a shot from Ward from the edge of the area, and actually it hits Zach Mills, who was the furthest man forward, but he was stood offside.
Yeah, shame that. But again, Boston obviously looking to pen Rochdale in. It was really intriguing. The two players who were outside the penalty area, and Jordan Richards was one of them, right on the edge of the D, ready to get that second ball if it fell to them, and Richards did well to win it. It was unlucky really that Mills was still coming back from that offside position.
When you mentioned the second ball, Rob, and that's key from these throws, because Boston aren't the tallest of teams, are they? But the effect is picking up that second ball.
No, you almost feel if it doesn't hit Jay Rowe, it is the second ball, isn't it? Because Rowe's been the one who's been getting on the end of a lot of set pieces for Boston throughout the season, and really when you look at the goal scorers, Mills hasn't got many. Obviously Nicholson's only recently joined, so it's those first contacts either from Rowe or the second ball on the edge of the penalty area that Boston need to make the most of.
Boston trying to press high here with Keaton Ward, but Beckwith for Rochdale does really well, finds Bird, and now they're going to look to try and bring this ball from midfield with Ala Carrara. I'm sure his name will change many a time from me as the night goes on, Rob, but he pulls it back to Gilmore. I'm happy just to have the ball at the back now with Ebanks Landell. Rochdale over the years unbeaten in 6 against Boston United. They had that FA Cup tie where Boston took them to a replay back in 2020. But Boston not the best records against Rochdale, but they'll look to change that tonight as the home side are coming forward now with Boyabayu. Pulls it back, and Boston looking to press high again, and it's with Gilmore now. Rochdale, this is nice from them, and they've made a bit of space down the left hand side. Boston have got some defending to do. Richards goes out there to try and stop the cross, but the cross will come in from Rochdale. It should be cleared by one of the Boston United players, but it'll come across to Adu Poku over on the right hand side. Pulls it back to Gilmore. Certainly look good on the ball. Rochdale also full of confidence, similar run to Boston United. In fact, they're identical the last 5 games, 3 wins, 2 draws. Whether they saw it as a good point or not at Oldham is, I'm sure, a debate many Rochdale fans have had since Saturday. But it's now the home side that are coming forward again down the right hand side, and and Barlow and Adu Poku, and those two are trying to make some space. They've won themselves a throw in, Rochdale.
Yeah, I saw the Oldham kit van as I was pulling into Rochdale today. I was pulling into the town centre, which concerned me ever so slightly that I'd got the wrong week for the game, but no, that wasn't the case.
Boston got some defending to do, and it was a cross from Adu Poku that Nicholson sliced out for a corner, and Rochdale looking to turn the pressure on Boston.
Yeah, very similar to the game on the opening day. They looked to use the wide players. Obviously on the left, Alarakio was really lively at the Jatemans, and then Adu Poku was on loan at Solihull earlier this season from Watford, recently joined for Rochdale, and looking to make an impression here for them.
First corner for the Dale, and a crowded terrace behind the goal making some noise. Boston United 6 minutes in. First corner, like I say, to defend for the Pilgrims. They've got everyone back. It's a very crowded 6-yard box around Cameron Gregory. Homeside looking to make this count. He comes towards that near post. Boston haven't cleared. Can Rochdale get the shot away? It's a real scramble in there, and in the end it's gathered in by Cameron Gregory, and Boston a little bit lucky there. They couldn't get the ball clear, but Rochdale also couldn't get a shot on goal. Yeah,
again, Boston putting bodies on the line. I think Zach Mills just trying to lead that team, making sure that doesn't happen again. It was just a ball into that near post, which caused all sorts of issues. Again, it was that first contact that Rochdale managed to get, and then that scramble eventually ending up in the arms of the Boston United goalkeeper. But looks like we have a slight issue here for Brad Nicholson, who maybe just stretching, maybe slightly winded.
Well, we hope Nicholson's okay. Certainly walking away gingerly at the moment, but I'm sure he'll try and run this one off. The referee dropping the ball for Cameron Gregory to get us back underway here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Goalless here at Rochdale as Boston United look to continue this fine run of form. Gregory with the goal kick towards Knowles. Rochdale win the first ball, but Mills will head this ball forward. Rose trying to flick this one on and does well, but Boston can't pick it up as Beckwith wins one, but Rowe then battling away to pick this one up in midfield, and Boston United in the end up with a throw in just inside their own half. We're press box here at Rochdale, very well positioned, right on above the dugouts and the tunnel, so we can see Graham Coughlin, we can see Lee Bullen.
Yeah, if we got rid of that post just to our left, which is blocking, I can't really see the goal, half of the goal. If you got rid of that, it would be the perfect view, wouldn't it? It's
great, isn't it? You're absolutely right. That scramble there, it was working away around the post as well as what was going on. But Boston take the throw in down the line, and they've gained some yards, and I don't think Nicholson's interested in this one. Teal is going to come across to take it.
I think that's the big thing, isn't it? Is not to become too predictable with it.
Absolutely, and Teal takes it short, gets the ball back from Ward, who goes back to Mills, the captain, and then Nicholson on halfway goes back to Cameron Gregory. As he goes on, back-to-back clean sheets for the Boston United keeper at the moment. Rowe flicks that ball on. Beckwith will look to clear. He does a step over and goes back to his goalkeeper, Waller. Very calmly playing it out here, Rochdale. And they do well there. Gilmore playing the ball out to the right-hand side as Boston look to press, and now it's the home side coming for Boston trying to win the ball back, and they do over on that far side as Bird, just for a second there, looked like he was going to run through for the home side. It's a bit of a scrap in midfield as the ball gone out. Yes, it has, but it's a Rochdale throw right on halfway, and we're still really waiting for this game to settle, Rob.
Interesting there, when Rochdale went forward in that attack, they put plenty of men forward, and it left gaps open. I think Rochdale are quite happy to try and go for broke at times, which could leave the gaps for the likes. We saw it early on in the first couple of minutes of that Jimmy Knowles run down the wing. That'll be one to watch, I think.
So we've had 9 minutes here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, and the referee wants to have a word with Sam Beckwith, the defender. He's just taking his boot off now, putting it back on, so he won't start playing until he's ready. And they have a throw in on the far side, just inside the Boston United half. Also picked up the decent results at home of late, Rochdale winning their last 3 here, and it's they who probably more under the pressure of the two teams at the moment, looking to get into those playoffs. It's 7th at the start of play, the home side, and they've got it with the goalkeeper Sam Waller, all in green. Waller taking a few touches before looking to pick his pass and finding Barlow, and they'll start again the home side. Boston looking to try and pressure with Jimmy Knowles. It's already back with Waller, and he's got Beckwith in quite a bit of space to his left, and that's where the ball ends up. It's his ball forward, but Bird came for it forward and the ball went past him, and Boston have picked it up with Nicholson, and he goes across to Cameron Green on the left hand side. It's his ball long down the line looking for the run of Hazel, and it comes off Liam Hogan. Boston have a throw in on the left hand side. I think this will be a Brad Nicholson one.
Yeah, they're looking for the ball in behind. It's that looping ball down either side. It's Knowles and Hazel who are really just playing along the last line of defence at the moment. It's causing Rochdale real issues. It's 3 against 2 in there with Boston's 2 strikers up against the 3 centre halves, but none of the 3 centre halves are picking up the 2 strikers, knowing who's the spare man.
Rochdale have brought everybody back for this Nicholson throw, and it comes towards that 6-yard box. It's such a weapon. It's across to Hazel at the back post, heads it across the 6-yard box. It's headed away. Ward picks it up for Boston on the edge of the area. He's crowded out there by Rochdale and forced back to Green, who's on his own on the halfway line. It's his left-footed ball out to Nicholson, who's still on the left-hand side, and now Hill has made a run down the left, down by the corner flag. Can he create something here for the Pilgrims? Still battling away. Dylan Hill under a lot of pressure and doing really well to win Boston a throw-in. Yeah,
great tenacious play by Dylan Hill, as it has been all season, but again, Boston getting that first contact at times, not able to get it all the time, but when it's that second ball, the recycling the ball from Keaton Ward was superb.
It's going to be another Nicholson throw. He's still over there from the last one. Such a weapon for Boston, and then it comes towards that 6-yard box again, towards Rowe, headed away. Is that going to go out for Boston's first corner? Yes, it is. Jay Rowe there, clearly being marked by Ebanks Landell, who won the header against him, but at the expense of a corner for Boston, which Ward will take.
Seen a lot of Keaton Ward onto Jay Rowe's head from corners this season, haven't we?
Yep.
You know, it's been a real path to goal for Boston, and I remember the game I did at Spennymoor where 2 of the goals came from direct from Ward into Rowe's header, and the second from a rebound. So this could be a real good opportunity, this, for Graham Coughlan's side.
0-0 as Ward takes Boston's first corner towards Hazel at the near post. It's cleared away. Hill will pick this one up for Boston, and he'll have to go back to Green, who's on his own on the halfway line. Looks to pick his spot. He's got 2 over on the right hand side if he can find it, but it's headed away by Beckwith, and now the home side are going to look to try and counter themselves, and that's a ball out to the Adu pocket. He's into the penalty area, but Boston have done really well. It was Aidan Barlow, that had the ball, and Boston crowded him out and did really well to win the ball back there. He's the threat that Rob pointed out early on, Aidan Barlow, and Boston crowded him out and did well.
Keaton Ward superb there, backtracking and just stealing the ball off Barlow's toes. It was really good work from the number 7.
Hill now looking to win the ball back in midfield against Rochdale, and plays it down the line. Hazel's going to look to try and press here. Has he won them a throw? No, not this time. Up against Liam Hogan, it came off the Boston United striker, but again, it's that high press that Hazel and Knowles have done so well in the last few weeks.
Psychologically, they've already got into Rochdale's heads there, because Hogan didn't know what to do. Usually that would be put it out for the throw. It was a simple decision, and because of the long throw, he was suddenly second guessing himself, it looked like, and deciding what to do. It worked out in the end that he managed to get the throw, but you could see already there was that little bit of doubt of, I can't just put it out for a throw because we know what's about to come.
Exactly, and Nicholson plays that ball forward for Boston United. They're going to try and pick this one up in midfield. Ward with the flick on now. Knowles for the Pilgrims out to the right hand side. Rowe, he had to be forced backwards there though, Knowles, and then Rowe just safely goes back to Cameron Gregory, and then he's going to look for Knowles up against Beckwith. Beckwith seemed to shove Knowles there. Referee not interested. It's cleared away by Ebanks Landell. Ball forward again from Boston United. It's still goalless. Here's Richards. It's a bit of head tennis at the moment. Hazel heads it on, then Beckwith heads it on. They need to clear this one, and in the end it comes off Jay Rowe and goes out for a Rochdale throw. But again there, I suppose the hesitation with Boyer Bayo, whatever his name is, had to make sure he didn't concede the throw.
Yeah, and again he did what usually you get told not to do as a player, is to go and head it inside, because then that gave Jordan Richards the free header. So again, it was just that second guessing of the Rochdale back line.
Going to be Beckwith with this throw for Rochdale. Teal gets up for Boston United, and as does Hill, as does Knowles, and it's in the end going to be brought down by the Rochdale centre-half Beckwith, who plays it long towards Bird. Nicholson will come across to deal with that, and then it's sliced, and he looks at the pitch just after he sliced that one out for a throw-in, but it's a throw-in just in front of Graham Coughlin for the home side.
Yeah, just again, Nicholson just having to try and judge it there, what to do, and shanked it out of play.
Rochdale certainly like to have the ball, and Waller there offered himself for a pass from Ebanks Landell, but it's with Barlow on the right hand side. Looks to go past Hill. Hill fouls him. And that's a free kick right on the halfway line over on the right hand side for Rochdale. So it's still goalless. 15 minutes played here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. And the first goal in the other games in the National League, it's Fylde who've taken the lead against Sutton. They lead 1-0. One of the teams that Boston are looking to try and overtake tonight, Fylde, but they lead 1-0 at the moment, and still a long way to go, not only tonight but this season. Shocking result for Fylde on Saturday. No one saw that coming at Ebbsfleet when the side bottom had only won one game all season, beat Fylde by a goal to 0. Here it is still goalless, and it's the home side that are coming forward now down the right hand side. Nadu Puku has the ball, looking to try and get that ball in. Boston have dealt with that really well, and it's a clearance that'll go up towards Hazel, who's battling away to win them a throw in then, and he's looking to take it quickly, and he finds Jimmy Knowles down the left hand side. Knowles all on his own at the moment, up against two Rochdale players, but Knowles goes for goal, and it went under the goalkeeper Waller. He just did enough and concedes the corner. Just for a second there, Rob, I thought that was going in.
Yeah, it was a brilliantly, ferociously hit strike, wasn't it, from Jimmy Knowles? Lovely effort, looking to nestle in that far right-hand corner, and the goalkeeper just seemed to let it run under him, didn't it? And there was a nervous look around to see where it was going to head, but Boston with another chance from a set piece.
So their second corner, and this time Green has gone across to take it. So Hill's the man that's on halfway on his own. Everyone else in attacking positions, obviously apart from Gregory, for Boston United. Cameron Green, it's the shooting towards the mix of Rochdale and Boston fans. Green then with this corner, goalkeeper struggling to deal with it. Hazel twisting and turning and shooting. It's a brilliant block, and now Rochdale are going to look to try and bring this ball away with Barlow, but again Boston looking a threat from the set piece there. Hazel bringing it down, turning. It was a great block by one of the Rochdale defenders, and now it's the home side that are coming forward themselves, and Adu Poku has it on the right hand side, brings it into Barlow. Now it's with Gilmore. They're looking to bring it down the left hand side now. Beckwith coming forward for the first time. Ala Carrara has it on the left himself now into Beckwith. Boston with a bit of defending to do. It's still goalless at the moment. Beckwith gets the ball back. He's been encouraged to come forward, plays that ball through, but Teal read that really well and clears for a throw. In fact, the ball hasn't gone out. Hazel battling away on halfway to keep it in, and does, but Rochdale have picked it up again, and a ball across from Ebanks Landell finds Barlow. And now it's on the right hand side with Adu Poku running at Green. Can he get the cross in? No, Green does well, and it's a corner to Rochdale.
End to end, wasn't it? Brilliant down the other end from Boston United to nearly get the goal. It was right on top of the goalkeeper who dealt with the initial ball, and then Hazel just unlucky that the shot was blocked, and then straight up the other end again. Rochdale looking to use their two wide players. First it was Alarakia on the left, and then the ball played across to Adu Poku on the right. It's a good battle, that, him and Green, both pacey players.
Certainly been a lively opening 18 minutes or so here, and it's Rochdale that have another corner in front of that crowded terrace, and there's another crowded 6-yard box here for the Dale to try and make the most of this. Boston get the first header away. Hill should clear the second one, and Hazel picks it up in the right back position, then plays it down the line towards Dylan Hill. Can he get there first, Hill? Yes, he can, and Toe pokes it out for a throw, and he felt he might have been fouled by Barlow. I think Barlow's done really well to come across there and get there in front of the Boston United man.
Yeah, no foul from me.
And we're back underway, and Rochdale again will look to build from the back, and they have it with their goalkeeper Sam Waller, who had that nervy moment just a couple of minutes ago from the effort from Jimmy Knowles. It was one of them where it looked like it was just going to be a simple save, and in the end he got away with one, the goalkeeper. Ball forward from Rochdale towards Bird. Now he's got a bit of space to try and turn. He's into the penalty area against Till. Bird shoots, and it's come off Till. I think the Boston United defender did really well to deflect that one over the crossbar.
Yeah, really, really good defending from Connor Till there, just to watch his man all the way. It looked like Bird had just got the beating of him, but again, Till able to get back and put the deflection over. But the first real spell of pressure, this, isn't it? First 2-3 minutes of consistent pressure from Rochdale.
And they have a corner to be taken by Ryan East over on the far side. It's the fans behind the goal making the noise. They have a drum there as well as East takes this corner. It's headed away on the near post by the Pilgrims. Well, Adu Poku picks the ball up and finds East again. This time he plays a clever ball down to Gilmore. Cross comes one of the Boston United defenders. I think it was Nicholson, but Boston haven't cleared this yet. Green will try and clear it now in the left back position, and in the end he plays it off the Rochdale player, and Boston have a goal kick, and they survive that bit of pressure.
Yeah, again they're staying switched on. We should expect it, shouldn't we? We've got a defender as a head coach, a defender as an assistant manager as well, and they've certainly drilled Boston United on set pieces a lot better than they had previously, and it's been so far so good, hasn't it, from Boston United? I think in terms of an away performance, they've caused Rochdale a few issues, and Cameron Gregory, in terms of saves, has not really had a proper save to make.
To do with he?
No.
It's you can see why Rochdale have been doing well of late. Some really good football in the middle of the park, and Boston United take this kick short from Gregory to Green, who will get a bit of an angle on his long ball forward towards Hazel. Doesn't quite get there, and now Aidan Barlow will pick the ball up for the home side, brings Adepoku into play. He's certainly been a threat down that right hand side, and he gets the ball back from East, looking to take on Jordan Richards, and does so with ease really. Richards left a foot out there and can't foul him, and then he does win the ball back, but East picks it up for Rochdale. Bit of more pressure. This Rochdale certainly grown into the game as it goes on. Beckwith now looks to head that ball forward, away by Mills. It's then picked up again by Rochdale at the back with Ebanks Landell. Seems to pick up everything, the skipper. It's ball out to the left hand side where Alacarrara is. Back to Beckwith. It's possession play again from Rochdale. Boston United happy to let them have it at the back, and Knowles just asking the question there of the defender, so he goes back to Waller, who then gives the ball back to Ebanks Landell, looking for that long ball forward, headed away by Teal, who finds Hazel now on halfway. Hazel looks to turn and play a ball through to Knowles, just intercepted well by Ebanks Landell, and the home side will start again here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, over on that right hand side where Barlow's seen a lot of the ball, as has Adepoku up against Cameron Green. Harvey Gilmore now gets himself into play, plays it across to Alacarrara, and patient play from Rochdale, looking to try and create that opening. Adepoku now up against Green, over on that right hand side for Rochdale. Now it's Barlow looking to get that ball into the penalty area, and it comes off Brad Nicholson, and the ball hasn't actually gone out. Gregory's going to come out and catch this, and does really well there. It looked like Nicholson had just cleared it for a corner, but actually didn't connect with it properly. It went to the air, and Cameron Gregory did well to gather.
Yeah, again, just commanding, isn't it, from Cameron Gregory? I've been really impressed since his return.
He was very hesitant on Saturday,
which is not like him, is it?
No, it isn't. That's why it was really noticeable at Braintree. Not sure why. I mean, he did have John Akinde against him a lot of the time, as Gregory looks to go along with this kick, looking for J. Rowe. They've given the ball away again, Boston, and Mills will pick this ball up and again go back to Gregory. Gregory finds Nicholson, and Boston look to start again down the left hand side now with Green, looking for the run from Dylan Hill. It's cleared out for a throw, and Boston looking to attack from this one.
Yeah, they certainly are, Dale, aren't they? Playing well so far. Halfway through this first half here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Rob Makepeace, Dale Story, your commentary team. It is Rochdale 0, Boston 0, as Richards fires the ball through for Hazel, who is offside. He gets the shot in on goal. It goes straight at the goalkeeper anyway, but again, Boston United looking to play the ball in behind. Looks like it's Dylan Hill, maybe just in that challenge a moment or two ago, just needing a bit of treatment here, maybe, Dale.
Yeah, just for a second there, you wondered if the offside flag was going to go up, didn't you, Rob? And then you think, oh, Hazel could be in, and he was offside. Hill, I mean, Hill, we spoke about him. I spoke with Callum on the pre-match. He's massive for Boston, and hopefully he's okay. He seems to be all right. I'm sure he'll run it off. He's vital, isn't he, to Boston? All the energy he brings.
Yeah, one of the mainstays of Boston United's team this year, over 40 appearances, along with the likes of Jacob Hazel and J. Rowe. As the ball is with Rochdale and their centre half and captain Ebanks Landell. Looks up, looks for an option, goes back to his goalkeeper Waller on the edge of his D, and then back to Ebanks Landell once again, and now he looks for the long direct ball towards Alarakia, headed away by Teal. Rochdale win it back though on the halfway line, but it's Rowe who clears it away, and it's one for Knowles to go and chase up against Ebanks Landell, who gives the goalkeeper a bit of a bouncing ball, which the keeper has to take a heavy touch with. Boston now looking to press Rochdale, and they've given it away. It's a chance for Hazel, and it's in! It's a horrendous error at the back from Rochdale. They're trying to play it around in their own penalty area, and Boston have capitalised, and Jacob Hazel has found the back of the net once again. Goal number 15 of the season.
Oh wow, you felt that the way Rochdale have been trying to play out the back, there's an error in them. The goalkeeper likes to have a lot of the ball. Boston like the high press, and that's exactly how that's happened. They've done well. Hazel, it's a great finish through the goalkeeper's legs, and I think Boston deserve it. We talk about Rochdale have had a lot of pressure, but have they created anything? No. Boston have had a couple of chances, and right man, right place there for the Pilgrims.
Yeah, Hayes on his weaker right hand side as well, wasn't it, with the finish? But brilliant from Boston again. They triggered that press. It was the pass back to the goalkeeper that was a bouncing ball. It was really difficult for him to deal with, and then that allowed Boston to trigger that press and to have 4 players up on Rochdale's fort, and it just made a real mess. And again, it's teams trying to play out from the back, which maybe don't have the ability to play out from the back.
And I don't think it's the right pitch to be playing lots and lots of back passes where it is going to bobble. Exactly, and they've looked confident in what they're trying to do, Rochdale, when they play from the back. But Boston, we talk about it a lot, the high press has been so effective under Graham Coughlin, and there's another example of it. They've forced the error from Rochdale, and a bit of a stunned atmosphere apart from that corner where the Boston fans are.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Boston's night and what it could mean, but it's also a massive night for Rochdale, who, if results don't go their way, could be out of the playoff places this evening. So a big night for them, and a big night for Boston United, and it's the Pilgrims and those supporters, as Dale mentioned, over on that far right hand side corner, who are making the noise at the moment. Jacob Hazel's 15th of the season gives Boston the lead, but Rochdale looking to come back straight away with Barlow. Good challenge in by Richards. Ward looks for the long ball forward for Knowles. It's a free header for Hogan, just cushions it to his right hand side to Adu Poku. Hill in there with a challenge. Hill scrambling with the ball almost like a baby crawling around on the Spotland pitch, and it's the Pilgrims coming forward again down the left hand side with Jimmy Knowles. Knowles in the area, shoots! Oh, it's a good save from the goalkeeper down to the right hand side. It will go behind for a Boston corner, but that's now 1 goal and 2 really good chances in this game that have both come from the right foot of Knowles.
Wow, yeah, brilliant attacking, confident attacking from Boston. Knowles, that's a great effort at the near post. The goalkeeper, Waller, I think that's a brilliant save, because he can't sit, there's bodies in front of him, he gets down, gets a big hand to it. It's a really good save. Can Boston capitalise from this corner?
Yeah, Boston's 3rd corner of the evening. Ward with the right-footed in-swinger in towards the penalty spot, heads up into the air by Rochdale. 2 players going for the same ball. Nicholson will retrieve it, flick back into the penalty area, chance for Boston, and they've got to double their lead, and it's Zach Mills who's gone and got Boston second. It was a looping ball back in towards the left-hand corner of the 6-yard box, and Mills has put Boston 2 up.
Wow. I mean, they've looked a threat from set pieces right from the off. Boston, the corners, they've always looked a threat. The throw-ins, Rochdale, you said it at the start of the corner, 2 players go for the same ball. There's no communication there, and then I'm not going to say he's the man you'd want it to fall to at the back post, but Mills just smashes it towards goal. It goes through the goalkeeper. Wow. That's Mills' 4th of the campaign, and scored at Yeovil recently. Starting to chip in with a few goals from centre half, the skipper. Yeah, brilliant from Zach Mills, as he puts Boston United 2-0 up here, 28 minutes in here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Mills and Hazel with the goals, and Boston United leading 2-0, and there was a few boos from the home supporters here, who are not happy with what they've seen so far in this game. But they have the ability, being a side near the top, to come back into it, and they're looking to come forward with Adu Poku down the right hand side. Green gets back at him, and Rochdale will now have their 4th corner of the evening, and it's an opportunity for them to get back into the game here, and an opportunity for Rochdale to put the left-footed in-swinging corner in. It was one that previously caused Boston a few problems, especially around that near-post area. It comes in towards that area again, headed all the way across the penalty area. I think it was Cameron Green, the man who got the touch on it. Hill will try and retrieve it and clears it long down the touch line. It's just drifted out of play. So if you are just joining us here on Hope and Glory at the moment, Boston leading 2-0 at Rochdale. Grantham still 0-0 at Coventry Sphinx in the Midlands division, and Buyabu here, the Sheffield United loanee, has the chance just to play the throw back to Beckwith, and now to Ebanks Landell.
and across to Liam Hogan, just bouncing up onto the right foot.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say it looked flat from being pitch side, but there's certainly a few bobbles, and it caused the error for the opening Boston goal from Jacob Hazel, who certainly didn't bobble the ball into the back of the net, neither did Zach Mills. It was a real surprise. I know it was the corner, but to see Zach Mills with a fine left-footed finish at the far post, it's
a great finish.
Striker's finish from Mills. Long ball forward by Rochdale. Teal heads it away out towards the left-hand side. Biarbu in a little bit of space, looks to take it down. Rose slides in. Biarbu goes past him like he's not there. It's a lovely curling ball in towards that far post. It was brilliant from Biarbu. Graham Coughlin's jumping up and down. He's not happy with the defending there, but Biarbu will be asking, where was my centre forward?
Yeah, Jay Rowe really committed there, didn't he? Didn't get the ball. It's a really good cross, and you're absolutely right. You're thinking, where is Jay? But I mean, what we got till half time, 15 minutes. Boston, if they can stick this one out at 2-0 till half time, because you mentioned it at when the second goal went in, there was already a few boos. The crowd are going to start to turn. I think a lot will have just turned up expecting to win, second bottom in the league. We're on a good run, Rochdale, I mean. And we've seen this a few times already this season with Boston, and crowds just seem to turn. So use that, definitely use it.
Goal kick from Gregory, header not won by Boston, but second ball by Nicholson, high up into the air. It's Knowles just trying to back into Ebanks Landell, headed now back into the path of Jimmy Knowles by a Rochdale player. Ward goes back to Mills on the halfway line, tries to thread the pass through for Jimmy Knowles, but Rochdale have it, and then they look to spread play out towards the right hand side. Heading towards the halfway line is the debutant Adu Poku, looking to take on Hill. He's got pace as Adu Poku, looking to use the pace against Cameron Green, who again able to block the cross, and it nearly ended up going into the back of the net. Cameron Gregor, I'm not sure in the end if he got a touch or if it all really was on the roof of the net, but Rochdale up to their 5th corner of the evening.
No, I don't think Gregory touched it. I think it was just a gesture, putting his hand there just to be doubly sure, but I don't think he touched the ball, and it was just, again, it's one of those moments, wasn't it, Rob, where you think, oh, where's that going to land?
So corner number 5, again left-footed in swinger for Rochdale. The Pilgrims leading 2-0 here. It's in towards that near post, and it's just headed wide at the far. It was a decent opportunity, not quite sure in the end who got the head on it, whether it was Hogan or Ebanks Landell, but certainly one that caused a few concerns for the Boston United fans over in that right hand corner.
Yeah, it was a good corner, good head. I'm with you. I'm not quite sure who got the touch. They've got some big players, Rochdale. They're going to be a threat from set pieces. For all this nice football they try and play, set pieces are also going to be a threat. So it's a bit of a let off, that one, I think, for Boston.
Yeah, they're probably the closest, isn't it? Rochdale have come to to a goal in this game so far. Ward into the 50-50 with Alaraki, who comes away with the ball, but Connor Teal comes into the challenge as the ball lands up just in front of the dugout area. Biarbu throws it back in quickly, gets the ball back. Oh, Hazel nearly caught Biarbu there, and he was lucky he didn't, because that could have been a decision for the referee to make. It's the home side now out to Adu Poku on the right hand side, who plays it back into the midfield area for Gilmore. Goes back to Ebanks Landell. Again, ball goes back to a walking pace, and you can hear the groans, and it's because he stood on the ball. Nothing's happening, nobody's moving, and you can hear again the frustration from the home supporters, and it is almost understandable, because he's standing on the ball. For Boston it's great because nothing's moving, nothing's happening. No,
the centre half's going to have the ball all game for all Boston care. But you get the frustration from the home team. You're losing 2-0. You need to get that ball forward. He's got it again here.
And he's gone for a diagonal right-footed ball forward, and Cameron Green has won that header. Knowles just tries to knock it down for Hill, but he's been dispossessed, and now Hogan goes back to his goalkeeper Waller. You've seen Jacob Hazel and Zach Mills put balls past him into the back of the net to give Boston a 2-0 lead here, 33, maybe 34 minutes into this game. Ball back with Ebanks Landell again. Boston quite happy for him to have the ball. He looks for a direct ball out to the left hand side, and it feels like he's the one of all the defenders. Boston are very happy for him to have the ball,
because I think that they're quite happy for him to try and go for the diagonal in the air, because they'll fancy that Jay Rowe will win it this side, and that Cameron Green's got the beating in the air, particularly of Poku, on the other side. So they're trying to encourage the longer ball, I think.
Ebanks Landell are trying to win it in the air, but instead it's Jacob Hazel, and he's through! Hazel threw it on goal! Can he get Boston 3-0 up? No, it's a good save from the goalkeeper. It was fired at him. He just had to dive down to the right-hand side to palm it away. It will be a throw for Rochdale in the end, but Jacob Hazel, well, the Rochdale defenders just looked scared to even put a tackle in on him.
Oh, he did so well there, didn't he, Hazel? Because he had quite a lot to do, and he's made himself such a good angle to get the shot in. It's a very good save from Waller, and that could be crucial. Hazel, again, it's just confidence how he's been the last few weeks. He just got his head down, he made himself the space. It's a great effort, it's a good save.
Yeah, I think we are certainly the loudest people in this stand at the moment, Dale.
Excellent, excellent.
As Hazel goes to flick it forward again, Ebanks Landell going towards his own goal, heads it back into the path of Waller, as Gateshead have taken the lead against Braintree, a result which certainly helps Boston and doesn't help Rochdale. Gateshead looking to make it into the playoffs this season. They did that last year but couldn't take part, but this year have the right approvals to
Is it too early to start looking at the table?
It is, because I can tell you Boston's still in the bottom four, because I looked at 1-0 and nothing's changed but I can tell you, main thing is Boston are winning, and that's what they need to keep doing if they want to survive, as Gregory's goal kick goes all the way through to his fellow goalkeeper Sam Waller, who's again, he's made 3 really good saves now, hasn't he? 2 from Jimmy Knowles and that 1 from Jacob Hazel. He's
been the busier of the 2 goalkeepers, and yet you could argue he's part of the blame for the first goal as well. He's had an eventful 36 minutes, the goalkeeper, whereas this one, Cameron Gregory on the ball now, has had very little to do, really.
Yeah, he's had the ball bobbled to him at a set piece when it was a bit of a crazy moment, but away from that he's had, as you say, very little to do in that goal. But here comes Adu Poku, who's probably the liveliest of the Rochdale attackers so far. Plays the ball forward looking for Bird, but again Mills steps in, wins the ball, and Boston have it back with Keaton Ward, who just fires it long. Maybe just need a little bit of composure, and I think that's exactly what Graham Coughlin probably needs in that technical area as well. He was hopping up and down like a bunny there, just trying to show his frustration. Rochdale have it on the halfway line with Alarakia. Now Gilmore goes back to Beckwith, and again Boston happy for Rochdale to have the ball where they have it at the moment, with the goalkeeper right on the edge of his own penalty areas.
Well, they're not going to score from there, are they? So
no. Well, let them have it. And look, when he gets to this walking pace, now they've found Barlow, who again in that first 10 minutes or so, he was the one who looked like he could create something along with Adu Poku, but again it's Cameron Green into the challenge this time. Rochdale still have possession though, they're deep inside their own half, and they've played it across their back line to Beckwith. Bayabu went short for the ball. Beckwith instead goes inside and then goes out towards Barlow on the halfway line. Richards coming across to watch him. Now to Adu Poku. Boston feeling that the ball went out of play. Linesman disagreeing though there. And it's Ebanks Landell plays it short for Ryan East in the midfield. Now with Barlow. Adu Poku makes the run and then stops himself. It's back into East, just over the halfway line now. Rochdale, again the ball bobbled up on Barlow, but he tries to work the 1-2, but Cameron Green stuck to the task well, and now he just has to go to a walking pace as he looks for someone to play it into. He plays it into Dylan Hill. Lovely run from lovely turn from Dylan Hill as well, and he gets Boston United a throw inside the Rochdale half. 2-0 to the Pilgrims.
Sorry Rob, I've got a few names wrong today. Good old Dill. You did well there.
Dill. It's what they call him, it's his nickname, you see. It's Dylan Hill shortened into Dill.
Saves us a bit of speech, doesn't it?
Although Cameron Green, as we heard in the pre-match, was saying that him and Gregory are both known as Cam, which can't get. I thought he'd be Greeny, but then there's Ollie Green, so Green, he's probably known as Greeny. It's very confusing. As the throw is taken by Nicholson, this time goes back to Cameron Green, now to Zach Mills on the halfway line, looks for the ball in behind, brilliant from Green, finds Jay Rowe. Rowe, heavy touch on the edge of the penalty area though, gifted the ball back to Rochdale. It nearly worked for Boston. That was obviously something they'd worked on in training, and it wasn't too far away from coming off. And again Rochdale looking to play it in around their own penalty area, and this time they get away with it, and Beckwith can now come forward, but Keaton Ward there quickly to try and close him down. Alarakia's coming deep, and then Rochdale play it out towards the right hand side to Hogan. We've got 6 minutes to go until half time. Boston leaning through goals from Jacob Hazel and Zach Mills, but it's Rochdale on the attack at the moment with east on the right hand side to Adu Poko, again looking to take on Cameron Green, who's stuck to the task superbly and clears it away towards the halfway line. Hazel chests it down and then hooks it clear with the right foot forward for Knowles, who heads it back to his strike partner, and then Hazel thumps it long for Keaton Ward to go chasing after, and Beckwith just has to go for the long thumping left-footed ball. Mills will just look to see this one out of play. Feels he's been shoved over, but then gets back to his feet and then gets shoved over again, and then this time wins the free kick.
Yeah, he was fouled the second time, gets up and thought, I'll make sure I'm shoved the second time, Mills. I was just going to say, I think that Mills in particular, I think has done so well against Bird up top. Good player, Bird, scored a decent goal on Saturday. We've hardly mentioned his name in this game.
No, again, he's been marshalled, hasn't he, really well by Mills and Teal in particular, who've had the job to keep an eye on him, and I think Cameron Green up against Adu Poku as well has done really well so far.
I totally agree. I think you're absolutely right. First 10 minutes, him and Barlow were the threat. Since then, it's been all Green down that left-hand side for Boston. It's getting better as the game goes on, Green. Ward
heads it forward. Biabu takes a touch and takes it down, and again Rochdale now looking to play it in around their back line again. Hazel goes chasing after the goalkeeper. Instead it's played to Ebanks Landell and now to Gilmore, and now Rochdale will look to go on the counter attack with Alarakia. Plays it into Bird, but again his pass forward is dealt with by Mills, but then he gives the ball away, and this gives Rochdale a little bit of space to operate over the halfway line. Played out to the right to Adu Poku again. Rochdale with 3 players in the penalty area. Adu Poku trying to find a bit of space, gets the cross into the box. Bird takes it down, goes for the overhead kick, and bit of a miscue from him, and it's cleared away by J. Rowe. But again, that's where Boston just have to be careful, leading 2-0. They don't want to give Rochdale any hope as we head into the break.
No, it's a big 4 minutes plus whatever stoppage time, isn't it, this, Rob? And Adu Poku there did well. He came inside, and once you get him on that right foot, it wasn't as effective, was it?
Given away again by Rochdale. Long ball forward by Boston, cleared away, and this time Waller elects to come and catch the ball and then bowls it out to Ebanks Landell, who's probably had the most touches in this first half of any player on the pitch, hasn't he? But again, it's all right doing that, but it's what you do with it. This time he plays the ball forward for Barlow. Again, I think Jordan Richards got the job of man marking him, because every time I mention Barlow's name, Richards isn't too far behind, and Richards cuts out the ball forward this time once again. Now Hazel just protecting it, goes back for Green, and now Hill looks to play the run forward. Oh, Jimmy Knowles just thought he was offside. He just checked his run there, and it was unlucky. It was a nice idea that from Dylan Hill, but again Knowles and just making sure he wasn't offside, so he just checked his run. Now Alarakia on the halfway line, Teal right up alongside him there, and it's with Rochdale and Ebanks Landell once again as we edge towards the break. 2.5 minutes to go. He plays the ball forward, lovely central ball forward for Alarakia, having a run at the Boston defence. This time Richards comes into the challenge, does really well, then gives it away edge of the penalty area. This is a chance for Rochdale. It's with Adu Poku, gets the shot in, clawed away by Cameron Gregory, and Mills will get it further clear. Green will just try and keep this one in play. He's right into the corner flag. He's just going to try and hook this clear. He's done superbly to get it away, but that's the best chance we've seen so far for Rochdale. It was a decent save from Cameron Gregory, and here they come again, the home side. Beckwith has it out to the left to Biabu, looking to take on Rowe. Biabu, a couple of step overs, plays it into the box, cleared away by Zach Mills in front of his goalkeeper, and that will go out for a Rochdale throw. Yeah, Gregory, I think he's done well. He's gone down now, Cameron Gregory. I don't know if this is tactical or it's a problem. He did well there. It's a big hand, and then he gets that little bit of luck because he's parried it straight out into the 6-yard box in front of him. It was a good save, and then Boston managed to get somebody there to clear it before Rochdale could strike. This is a big last few minutes because you can hear the atmosphere here. Rochdale pull one back, it completely changes for the end of the half and the start of the second half. So as the players come over here, it's a huge last few minutes this half. If it ends 2-0 at half time, it's a massive boost for Boston. Yeah, I think it was just maybe the awkwardness, wasn't it, of Gregory when he went down to make that save. But it was a real strong hand, wasn't it? It didn't get it completely out of danger, but it did well not to just palm it straight to the feet of the centre forward. Yeah, it was a good effort as well. It's the first effort on goal I think they've had, Rochdale, of any note. It's a strong hand. It needed to be, because it's a really good effort, and it hasn't gone in the net, which is the main thing. It's a good save from Gregory. We know what a great shot stopper he is. I think he's getting a bit of stick from the Rochdale fans behind that goal, but he'll be in no hurry to
decide that he's fit to carry on here. Hopefully he's fit to carry on. I'm there saying we presume he will be.
Yeah, he's back to his feet.
Yeah,
looks like he's okay to continue. So good news out for Boston, as we're about to see how many minutes of added time there will be. I'm sure there might be a little bit longer, maybe another minute on for that. So probably, what would you say, 2 minutes? Probably. We've not really had.
Be my guess.
Yeah, we've not really had any other stoppages, have we?
You might be right
at the moment. So we'll see what the referee decides, as Rochdale will get us back underway with a throw midway inside the Boston half with Biabu. Played back out to him on the left. Boston into the challenge from J. Rowe this time. We are going to have 2 minutes of added time in a second. We've got 10 seconds of the 45 still to play, though. Boston leading here by 2-0 through Jacob Hazel and Zach Mills. 2 goals in 3 minutes. As the ball is with Ebanks Landell, plays it forward. Karala-Raki, who's just come a little bit more central. Now out to the right to Adu Poku. Green this time goes into the challenge. It will be a Rochdale free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. And the first time, really, Adu Poku has stepped up against Cameron Green, and Green has been the man who's not come away with anything. The only thing he has come away with is a booking.
It's one of them, because of seems a really quite a dramatic fall. You wonder whether it was actually a foul, but I think it was. One of the few times Adu Poku's gone past Green, and this is a huge match. I keep saying it, but this 90 seconds till half time, keep it at 2-0.
Yeah, defend this.
Yes,
free kick is the key. You do not want to concede just before half time, despite having that 2-goal cushion at the moment. So Cameron Gregory lining up a 2-man wall, which will be Dylan Hill and Jimmy Knowles. Referee making sure that they don't edge forward as he puts the spray on the floor.
Barlow's got on this
and it is right on the line, isn't it? It's just inside from the corner, but it is right on the line. Cameron Green was very lucky there not to give away a penalty. So opportunity this, as the left-footed ball is drilled in, comes out to the edge of the penalty area. Barlow hit the Boston United player. I'm not too sure who it was in the end who got the block in, but whoever it was, I think it might have been J. Rowe in the end who got the block in. Really important block, because that looked like it was flying into the goal. So 6th corner of the evening for Rochdale. Again, we've still got about 30 seconds or so to play in this first half. Gregory, big punch at the near post. Knowles tries to head it down, not properly cleared yet by Boston United. It's out on the left-hand side now with Barlow. Hill and Hazel up there against him. It goes back to Biabu on the halfway line. Now played across for Rochdale. Out to the right again to Adu Poku. Green's going to have to be careful being on a booking. Adu Poku tries to get the cross in this time. Green blocks it. And we have reached the 2 minutes of added time, but with the free kick, I imagine they might just play an extra 20 seconds or so here. So maybe one more opportunity for Rochdale, as Boston now have Brad Nicholson down in need of putting his boot back on. And the Rochdale fans getting a little more frustrated, as I can tell you. Dagenham have gone 1-0 up at Halifax.
All we keep saying about Dagenham. A couple of weeks ago I did the Woking game, and Mark Clifford and I were talking about the game management side, and we kept saying, well, every team when Woking were leading for so long, every team does it, and you know, Boston are frustrating this crowd, and that's half the battle when you come to an away game. So Nicholson will be in no rush whatsoever here. The referee's letting him take as long as he wants as well. So this is surely the last moments. Yeah,
3 minutes of this added time in the first half now. Boston able to defend it with Green, and Knowles will just flick it clear, and there is the half-time whistle. There you go. The boos are ringing around Scotland this evening, because Boston United go in at the break 2 goals to the good. The first came from an awful error at the back. Rochdale trying to play it out from the back. Boston able to capitalise, and it was Jacob Hazel, the man who fired home to give Boston the lead halfway through this first half. And the second followed just 3 minutes later. The original corner was cleared away, but it was hooked back into the box, and there on the edge of the 6-yard box was Zach Mills to fire home to give Boston a 2-0 lead. They've had other chances as well. Jimmy Knowles with a couple of brilliant opportunities. Jacob Hazel's had one as well, as Jim McNulty, the Rochdale manager, is not happy with the officials, but maybe he needs to look at his own team, Dale, because Boston have been superb and have really stifled Rochdale tonight.
You know, Boston have done so much travelling lately, and you wonder, can they keep going? Can they produce that energy? Have they got, are they going to tire? The answer is no. They've been absolutely outstanding this first half. One of the best 45s I've seen from them this campaign against a very good side. And we say about the first goal, yes, it was a bad error, but Rochdale clearly play this way and do it successfully. And I think the credit has to go for Boston for how high they've really pressed. Not many teams will come here where Rochdale are really good and press that high. And he's forced the error for the first goal. Great finish from Hazel. And then the second goal, I think Boston have looked really threatening from set pieces, and they just couldn't deal with the corner from I think it was Ward. The ball comes back in, there's Zach Mills. I mean, of all people to hit the back post to smash the ball into the back of the net, doesn't really matter because it was a great finish. And Boston have looked good. I think they've defended really well. They've had the little scare there, the save from Gregory. I think the one thing that I would be worried about is that Cameron Green is on a yellow card because he's up against their bright spark in Adu Poku, but he's going to have to try and manage his game there, Green, and hopefully Nicholson maybe can give him a bit more support. But this is perfectly poised for Boston United to go and get 3 points. They've been brilliant.
Again, it's the last 10 minutes was all about Rochdale. They had some decent opportunities in that, but if Boston can create the odd chance, get a set piece, whether that's a long throw, whether that's a corner kick, it just gives them that opportunity to keep a good buffer and to go and get maybe even a further goal.
Well, you pointed it out very early on that Boston are already in the heads of Rochdale. The fact they're having to think instead of the common thing would be to clear for a throw. Boston are on top at the moment, and going forward they look a threat every time. We talk about the goals, but Knowles could have had a couple. Hazel was very unlucky not to have another one as well. Whereas Rochdale, yes, they've had a lot of the ball, but how many times have we seen Ebanks Landell, the centre half, just stand on the ball? The crowd have been getting on at them, and he's been looking to try and spread it diagonally, and Boston have been dealing with that easily. Boston have just been brilliant. They've really, they've set out the way they've played. They've come up against a very good Rochdale side, as I keep saying, and they've clearly done their homework. They've pressed at the right times in the right places. And it wouldn't surprise me, you say about potentially adding a third goal, because Jimmy Knowles and Jacob Hazel are playing with so much confidence at the moment. Knowles deserves a goal for the way he's playing. Old saying in football, I think the next goal's huge. I think Boston get it. A lot of the crowd will leave and the atmosphere will turn quite sour from the home end. If Rochdale get it, it's going to be a very nervy second half.
All the Rochdale subs are going into their dressing room, which I think says it all. So we'll might see multiple changes at half time. But here, Boston leading by 2-0. Grantham in desperate need of victories. And at half time, Graham, not too bad at the moment.
Just about, the referee's whistle just going. Rob, 4 half-time after 3 minutes of added time. Slightly delayed start to this game, and that was one of the most entertaining things about the first 45 minutes, as one of the Coventry Sphinx players had a different number to that on the team sheet. But we've been treated to 45 minutes where the vast majority of players have not even taken a second touch. The ball been played first time and long, which has created very, very little for either side. The Gingerbreads probably should have taken the lead after 6 minutes when the ball dropped for Elliot Richards in the penalty area. He got his shot off, but it was a very good save by Charlie Woods. The lack of chances at either end has meant that it's been a midfield battle. So very few players taking one touch, let alone two. But late in the game, in the first half, Coventry Sphinx could have taken the lead. A speculative effort from inside his own half from Kyle Carey nearly caught out Jamie Leverton in the Gingerbreads goal, tipping the ball over the bar, conceding a corner, but nothing came of that flag kick. And the half-time score is Coventry Sphinx 0, Grantham Town 0.
So not a bad first 45 minutes for either of our local sides in action tonight. To guide you through what's been going on elsewhere across the country, here's Callum.
Thank you, Rob. Not a huge amount of football happening around, Europe today. So we'll start in the UEFA Women's Champions League. It's the quarterfinals of that. A disappointing day for Arsenal. They lost 2-0 to Real Madrid in the first leg. In the other quarterfinal tonight, Bayern Munich 1-0 down to Olympique Lyon. Into League One, then a bit closer to home. Currently goalless in the only game in that division, Rotherham United against Wycombe Wanderers. That one at half-time. 6 games in the National League tonight. Currently goalless between Altrincham and Wealdstone. Filed 1-0 up against Sutton United. Gateshead Gateshead, they're 1-0 up against Braintree Town. Halifax Town are 1-0 down to Dagenham and Redbridge, that goal coming just before half-time. And Maidenhead United against Aldershot Town is goalless. But the big result in the division at the moment is Rochdale 0, Boston United 2. What a result that would be for the Pilgrims. Just to take you through the table as it would currently stand, Boston United ending a half of football where they currently would sit not 23rd. They'd be 22nd just in the relegation zone by still 2 points owing to results elsewhere. So it would be a stand from 19th, Dagenham and Redbridge 39 points. Fylde also on 39 points but with a much worse goal difference. Then comes Maidenhead United 38 points in the first of the relegation zones. Then Boston United 22nd 37 points but with a much better goal difference. So should Maidenhead, Fylde or Dagenham and Redbridge slip up in this next 45 minutes, it opens the door for Boston United should things stay as they are in Rochdale. Wealdstone in 23rd place, 37 points. From there, 36 points. And Ebbsfleet United, they are as down as they pretty much can be. 38 points, 38 games, 17 points. They will be surely saying hello to the National League South. You're all up to date here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
Secret Lincolnshire.
I'd never even heard of the Glidodrome when we first performed there, and I fell in love with it instantly.
For this 1 week off working here, I earned more money than through a whole month in Poland.
Fascinating stories from across the county.
He dressed the most fashionable and prestigious women in the world.
It wasn't until years later that they discovered there was a doorway in that room that they didn't know about.
I don't think I realised, I didn't think of it as anything special.
My home is here. My home is where is my family and my people who I love.
Search for Secret Lincolnshire on BBC Sounds.
It's the first day, well, I think it's the second day, but the first time that the England players have been speaking to the media after joining up with the England camp at St George's Park under Thomas Tuchel for the first time. They've got two World Cup qualifiers later this week, which of course the BBC will keep you updated on. One player received quite a late call up, Morgan Gibbs-White. He's been speaking to the media as well.
It was about 4 or 5 o'clock on Sunday. The manager, Thomas, he sent me a message, said, are you free to talk? And I think I replied within like 30 seconds and said, yeah. And he phoned me up and said, are you still upset with me? Or do you want to come and join us and fancy training tomorrow? And obviously, there's no question there. Obviously, I said, I'd love to come and join and train with the boys. So yeah, found out Sunday late afternoonish, and yeah, I was just smiling from ear to ear after the call.
Yeah, a good icebreaker from him then.
Yeah, very good. To be fair, he's been incredible. I think he's done it with most of the players. I think as soon as he got the job, he's been in contact with quite a majority of the players.
How was that initial contact?
Fine. He's really easygoing sort of guy. Nice to speak to. He just sort of says the things like he's been coming to watch like everyone play games and stuff. And I feel like it was important to try and get that bond straight away with players, because he's used to club football, so he's used to spending time every day with players. So I felt like it was top from him, really good.
Honestly, how much of a disappointment was it last week when you weren't in the initial squad?
Yeah.
Given the form that you've been in?
Yeah, obviously I was upset. A little bit disappointed. But at the same time, you also have to look at the quality of players that England have at the minute. So obviously I took that into consideration. But obviously when he told me, I respected his decision. And I said to him back, I feel like I've done enough to get the call up, considering the form level that we're in. But obviously you're the manager, you make the decisions, and I respect that totally. But then obviously Sunday I got the call, so I was straight here.
You know, it was a year ago today, this very day, that Nottingham Forest were deducted the points that dropped Forest down into the relegation zone. That's a remarkable year, isn't it?
Yeah, when you put it like that, it's a remarkable year, yeah. Just to see where we've come from this time last year is incredible. And I think the Forest fans deserve that the most.
You're in a great position for Champions League, aren't you? If we'd said that to you on this day last year,
I would have snapped your hand off.
You'd have thought I would be talking rubbish, surely.
Yeah, I thought you were talking rubbish. The funny thing is, we had that belief that we could when we were in pre-season, we had the belief that we could do something this season. Did we think to this level? Probably not. But no, obviously, I think we deserve to be in the situation that we're in. We work so hard day in, day out to achieve these sort of goals. And, you know, everyone's just in a good place at the minute. The morale's high, the vibe is very high. And we're just excited to see where the end of the season finishes.
That's Morgan Gibbs-White speaking to the BBC earlier today ahead of England's World Cup qualifiers. BBC Introducing is back with you on 8 o'clock. You could be hearing this from Drew Thomas.
BBC Introducing.
Supporting new and emerging acts across the BBC.
Hey, my name is Drew and I'm an artist and songwriter born in Grantham. My new tune, Gemini, is all about the concept of the one who got away coming back, but knowing that just because you love someone, it doesn't mean that they're always good for you. It's a live favourite and I've been playing it at my shows for the past year. I really, really hope you love it. I'm Drew Thomas and this is Gemini on BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
I saw you making eyes. You say what doesn't kill you will mess you up inside. Oh, I will not stop preaching or trying to plead my case. You wanna play the victim, then rub it in my face. It's been a both are soaking wet. Or would you like a towel to dry off your regret? Oh, I will not stop preaching or try to plead my case. You wanna play the victim, then rub it in my face. It's been a give you all my power. Oh, won't you come and let me in? 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 It's been a
Drew Thomas, Gemini here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. More music like that with Dean Jackson on Thursday evening at 8 o'clock. For now, let's head over to Rochdale for second half commentary of the Pilgrims against Rochdale. I'll leave you in the hands of Rob Makepeace and Dale Story.
Welcome back to the Crown Oil Arena for the second half of this National League match between Rochdale and Boston. The Pilgrims leading by 2-0. Hazel and Mills with those goals. Rochdale have made a change at half-time with Ian Henderson coming on for Jilly Boye-Bayou. Henderson, 3 goals to his name this season, one of them at Boston on the opening day of the campaign. So we presume it'd be a different shape for Rochdale, who get us back underway here for the second half. Just remind you that Boston United team in a minute when the ball goes out of play, because Ebanks Landell hasn't. He's played the ball for to Henderson, looking to get himself involved, the striker here. It's an attacking move, taking off a left wing back and bringing on a striker. Rochdale have got the ball at the back again. It's that man Ebanks Landell. He saw a lot of the ball in that first half, and it's a long ball forward towards Henderson. A different challenge now for Nicholson to deal with, and that's what he did. It's now Adupoku on the right hand side. It's his cross that'll be cleared away by Mills now for a throw. So quickly that Boston team unchanged. So Gregory in goal, then Rowe, Hill, Mills, Nicholson and Green at the back. Richards, Hill and Ward in midfield with Knowles and Hazel up front as Rochdale get us back underway, and Adupoku taking on Cameron Green. And this is going to be a fascinating battle as Green wins it back, because Green was booked just before half time for a foul on Adupoku. So he's really going to have to watch how he manages his game, the Boston United left back, and he's back with Ebanks Landell. They're going to start down the other side now with Beckwith, 3 at the back. Rochdale, but it's the way they pass it around the back that was their downfall when Jacob Hazel capitalised on some terrible defending, and Boston United are 2-0 up. And here is Jacob Hazel now on halfway, looks to bring it down. He's done for handball. So Rob Makepeace is alongside myself, Dale Story, for this one, and Rob, Rochdale definitely going more attacking this second half.
Yeah, just trying to work out what they're playing. It almost looks like a 3-2-4-1, I think, by the looks of it, with Henderson just playing in behind the main man in Bird. So it's certainly attacking, and be intriguing to see if Boston can make the most of the attacking threat that they have going forward. But certainly looks like it's going to be the 3 centre halves remaining the same. Then you've got the 2 holding midfielders in Gilmore and East. You've got Alarakia and Adupoku as wide attacking players, and Henderson and Barlow, isn't it, just behind the front man. So yeah, quite an attacking change made by Rochdale manager at half-time, Jim McNulty.
Certainly is. We're back underway. It was a Nicholson throw down the line, but Rochdale have won it back, and Bird looking to win that one. Taylor just to a foul, Jay Bird on halfway there. And another side note that we spoke about off air for this second half. In fact, we'll come back to it because they've taken it quickly, and it's down this right hand side now, and it's Adupoku who has it on the right hand side up against Green. Back to Ryan East for Rochdale. 2-0 down against Boston United, and scores not going Boston's way at the moment. As the ball into the box now, Henderson's there. Well, he really should have done better there. The ball through Boston, no one really committed. Henderson near the penalty spot has just put it wide when he's got to score that, hasn't he?
Yeah, someone of vast experience and of vast goals as well. You know, he's not someone who's lacking goals in his career, even at the age he is. You know, he's someone who you'd fancy to find the back of the net as he did on opening day, but it was a lovely through ball and he ran onto it superbly, but he didn't manage to change the position of his body, which meant the direction he was running, that diagonal direction, was exactly where the ball went, rather than being able to cushion it into the back of the net.
And the only score we thought might be going our way isn't. Altrincham 0, Wealdstone 1. They've taken the lead as well. So all the teams down the bottom doing really well tonight. So it's a good job Boston are leading this game. So just a side note, we were going to say the fact that Cameron Green's on a booking, he's going to have to really, judge how he plays this second half.
Yeah, Adupoku's already, they've tried to play the ball to him 3 or 4 times in this second half, in the opening 2.5-3 minutes. It's a difficult one. We believe Adupoku won't be lasting the full 90, but then there'll be fresh legs up against Cameron Green. Now it's whether the person coming on has the pace that Adupoku has, and whether that will challenge Cameron Green or not.
Back underway here as Mills hooks that ball long. It's headed away, and Boston then plays the ball forward towards Jacob Hazel, but it's gathered in by Sam Waller, and he's now stood in front of that terrace full of Rochdale fans. Rochdale shooting to the seated stand to our right, which is 3/4 Rochdale, 1/4 Boston fans. So the ball's headed out to where Graham Coughlin is stood. Hogan will take this throw in for Rochdale, looking to get themselves back into this game. It's the Boston United fans making the noise at the moment. It's a stunned Crown Oil Arena at the moment here in Rochdale as Ebanks Landell has the ball again, goes across to Sam Beckwith. Beckwith and Ebanks Landell saw a lot of that ball in the first half, especially the latter, and it's his ball forward to Bird, but Keaton Ward as well to intercept that one. Hooks it forward, and Beckwith will bring this ball down now for Rochdale. We've already had 5 minutes into this second half. Boston 2-0 up here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. They'll be back on Saturday at Hartlepool, a game you can hear online on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. But at the moment, they've got to get this job done first, and Ebanks Landell plays that ball forward. Again, Boston happy for the centre halves to have the ball, but not if Beckwith is going to drive forward like this and plays that ball forward. Boston got some defending to do here. Barlow has it on the left-hand side of the penalty area, trying to make space for a shot, pulls it back to Ryan East. Now Adepoku up against Green on the right-hand side, comes inside, gets on his left foot, shoots, it's blocked by Nicholson, shot driven in. Great save by Gregory with his feet. Just for a second there, it looked like it was going to go in the net, and the Boston United keeper does so well. Now Knowles has done really well to win a free kick on the halfway line. It looked like he was going to make some yards there, and that'll be a yellow card for
Beckwith,
who it was a what you call a good yellow card to take, but just there then a chance for Rochdale. First blocked by Nicholson, second one well saved by Gregory.
Big moments in games, that's the big thing, isn't it? Again, Cameron Gregory able to stop that, but Rochdale, you would expect them to have some pressure. I think that's really clear. You know, they're a side that are fighting for a playoff place. You would expect them to have moments in this game, to have chances in this game. And we talk about big moments. Fylde just missed a penalty at home against Sutton, so it's still 1-0 to Fylde, but they have just missed. Gavin Massey's just missed a penalty early on in the second half. Now, moments can change games, moments can change seasons. You just got to hope for Boston United. Number one, they wake up now with Cameron Gregory making that save, and number two, that Sutton wake up at Fylde.
All the teams down at the bottom doing well this evening as Green takes this kick. Richards will hook the second ball forward towards Teal, but that'll be gathered in by Sam Waller in goal for Rochdale, all in green, and made some good saves in that first half, and that's a really good throw out to this right hand side. Nadia Poku is going to try and take on Green again. This time Green does really well to get in front of him and go back to his goalkeeper. Gregory takes a heavy touch and then plays it back to Green under pressure from Adepoku, and Boston have worked this really well to get the ball clear, and now Keaton Ward is playing that ball over the top, looking for Jacob Hazel. Can he get on the end of it? No. Ebanks Landell comes across, goes down holding his head. Hazel proclaiming his innocence. I mean, he didn't look a lot in that, but it's a free kick to Rochdale.
Yeah, he's absolutely fine now. He's back on his feet, isn't he? Yeah, Jacob Hazel. That would have been goal of the season if Boston had played it out from the back like that, and Hazel would have finished it.
It's Rochdale, and we expect them to have a lot of the ball in this second half, but Boston look a threat on the counter-attack here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire as Henderson, the substitute, on the right-hand side brings this ball forward. Adepoku wants it on that right, and that's where the ball goes. Gives it back to Henderson inside the penalty area now, looks to drill it across, but Keaton Ward tracking back really well, concedes the corner. Rochdale's 7th.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting with Ian Henderson. He's come on. We used to see him as a central striker throughout his career, but he's always played a floating role where he's got the freedom to go wherever he wants, and that's making it really difficult for Boston to try and pick him up, as we've seen there 2 or 3 times now. He's created chances.
Finally, we've got a goal going our way. Maidenhead 0, Aldershot 1 in the National League. Here comes the corner towards that near post. It was Nicholson that got it away, and then there's a shot driven in, and it's blocked by Brad Nicholson, who's been so good in the air again today. The Boston United centre half for another corner to Rochdale. So yes, Maidenhead 0, Aldershot 1. Another score from the National League, and that game going in Boston's favour. Another corner for Rochdale. 54 gone. Can they get themselves back in this game? Again, it's towards that near post, and Boston do well to clear it, and Knowles looks to complete the clearance and completely slices it. Hill will do well to win the header here. Now Knowles, if he gets there first. Oh, he's just beaten, but Boston United have got 2 up here. It's Jacob Hazel. Can he do something with this? Rochdale, to be fair, got a lot of men back very quickly there. For a second, Boston looked to be on the counter, and then Hazel looks to play the ball out to Hill on the right-hand side. Boston looking to try and add a third. Hill will pull that ball back now. There's plenty of men back, but Boston in a good position. Here's Keaton Ward, right hand side of the area, drills it across the 6-yard box. It's cleared away, and that'll go out for a throw-in right by the corner flag.
Wow. Rochdale were leaving themselves wide open at the back. It was lucky the bounce went their way there, because, as you mentioned, the ball had just fallen right for Boston. It was sort of Knowles and Hazel bearing down on goal, but again, Boston have been able to get themselves a corner from a Rochdale attack, and again they can just take the sting out of the game, can't they? They can give themselves the opportunity, in fact, with the long throw right next to the corner flag.
just as effective, if not better. It'll be a Nicholson special. Can they add a third here? Boston United, here comes the throw from Nicholson towards that 6-yard box. It's Ebanks Landell that got his head to it, and then it's cleared. But Rochdale, despite being 2-0 down, brought everybody back for that throw in. Green then plays that ball brilliantly out to the right hand side. What a ball that was. Can Boston get a shot in and goal? Yes, they can. And it's saved by the goalkeeper. It was Rowe on the right hand side. It's a great effort towards the near post. It's another really good save from Sam Waller.
Yeah, nearly found the bottom corner, didn't he? Jay Rowe. A really good ball from left to right by Cameron Green, superbly played into the path of Jay Rowe. Did a fantastic first touch just to take it inside and get the shot away, and Boston with corner number 5.
Be taken over on that far side. They go short, Boston United, Knowles, and now it's with Keaton Ward on the edge of the area. He's going to make space for the shot. He takes a deflection, goes wide and goes out for another corner, this time on the near side.
Really inventive, Boston, from set pieces tonight. 2 or 3 times now they've tried something a little different, and it's worked. There's been opportunities from the long throw where they played something a little different short and tried to work something. There was the free kick where they played it short and played it in behind, which worked, and then that opportunity there looked like Keaton Ward had maybe just got away from him on the pitch with it being a difficult surface, but he did well to get that shot away.
He's the man that's gone across to take the corner. Boston leading 2-0. Looking for a third here. It will be Ward. Another in-swinger, goalkeeper punches it away. Comes to Hill on the edge of the area, who heads it back in towards that 6-yard box. It's cleared. Hill then just dinks it into the area again towards Jay Rowe. It's away. Nicholson then just heads it forward. Rochdale managing to get this ball clear, and then Richards is going to get booked here, surely. But the referee's wave play on as he knows he's going to bring that back for a foul from Jordan Richards. Surely that's a yellow card. And again, it's one of them where you'd probably say it's a good yellow. He stopped the momentum.
Yeah, brilliant from Jordan Richards there. He had to do that. It was a counter-attack. Obviously, the pace of Adupoku once again causing Boston a few issues. I think that's the one concern at the moment, is how Boston are able to continually stop Adupoku, because he's the one I feel that's going to create something for Boston at the moment, for Rochdale at the moment.
He certainly looked a threat on his debut, as Braintree have equalised at Gateshead. It's 1-1 there, another score going against Boston, but here Rochdale have got the ball through. Barlow plays out to the left hand side. Boston have got some defending to do here, and they do it really well through Keaton Ward, as Alaricia was looking to try and shoot. We've got the ball again here, Rochdale, and Boston just pressing high, looking to win it back through Jordan Richards, and so much pressure on Beckwith here, and he's actually been hustled out of play, and Boston win a throw in, much to the enjoyment of the Boston fans. And Graham Coughlin not happy with somebody. Who's he shouting? Is it Green? Graham Coughlin, as you know, plays every single ball.
Brad Nicholson, I think he's saying get tighter to him. I think that's what I tried to.
Could you read the sign language?
I was trying to.
I
yeah.
had a clue what the points of the.
Well, Cameron Green was the interpreter there, from Graham Coughlin to Brad Nicholson, and I think he tried to just simplify it by just saying, just get a bit tighter to your man.
Boston have.
I might be wrong, but that's what I tried to decipher from that.
I was trying to work out all the hand gestures, and there was nothing untoward. It just didn't make any sense to me. So you're a lot cleverer than I am, Rob. But anyway, Rochdale have got the ball back now, and they're coming forward. Boston leading 2-0. 59 minutes played here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. He's had Adupoku has it on the right hand side, being forced to come inside to Ryan East. And again, it's back with Ethan Ebanks Landell, the middle of the three at the back. East plays it out to Adupoku on the right, now up against Green. This is the battle that's been fascinating all game. Hill's out there to help though, as is Henderson for Rochdale. That's where the ball went, back to East. Now Adupoku looking to take on Green and making himself some space. Green is with him and does well to stop the cross, but concedes a corner. The 9th of the game for Rochdale.
Yeah, they're racking up, aren't they? Again, left-footed ball in from East. We'll probably expect it in that near post area. That's what they've been doing a lot of in this game. But just look at this, Dale. This is what happened last time. Rochdale's furthest player back is on the edge of the D. Everybody of the outfield players is within that 20 yards of goal.
And also the goalkeeper's very high up. So here comes the corner from Rochdale. It's punched away very well from Gregory. Just a single punch, but it comes back to the East on the right hand side. Back to Adupoku. He's crossing to the area. Boston desperate to win this one back, and they do, and they'll look to try and counter-attack there as the ball from Millsy Foley was fouled, but the referee's wave play on with Hill over on the right hand side up against Barlow. Knowles has done really well to support him. Knowles has so unlucky. They tried to play it back to Hill, ends up giving the ball away. But this is the threat Boston are going to have for the remaining half an hour or so, that counter-attack, and they look so good at it.
That's the chance for Boston. I think if they're going to get a third in this game, that's going to be the opportunity. It's going to be from a corner or a free kick where Rochdale have it high up, because it was really interesting that when the initial ball went in, usually you would expect the player who's furthest forward maybe to drop back if it doesn't initially go well. That didn't happen. As soon as Jacob Hazel won it, the Rochdale players were still really high up, and it nearly led to that chance. If Boston could somehow exploit that, whether that's late on through subs, that could see them get that goal that gives them that real comfortable position.
As the ball falls from Ebanks Landell goes through to Cameron Gregory. So just remind you of the latest scores in the National League then. So Fylde 1, Sutton 0, Altrincham 0, Wealdstone 1, Halifax 0, Dagenham 1, Gateshead 1, Braintree 1, Maidenhead 0, Aldershot 1 and 2-0 to Boston United here. So apart from Maidenhead losing, all the teams down at the bottom are picking up points as it stands. So this would certainly be a vital win for Boston United, just to stay with the pack. Jay Rowe, the fans wanted handball against him on the right hand side, but not given, and Boston United looking to keep the ball for a bit. Teal plays that ball forward towards Knowles, but he's won back. Knowles was offside, and it's a free kick to Rochdale, who are having a go at Boston United. They've had a chance that Gregory did well to save. They've looked threatening from set pieces, but Boston look a threat on the counter as well. So it's a fascinating game, and Boston have won the ball back through Keaton Ward, who's been outstanding again tonight following his return to the team on Saturday. Hazel battling away and winning a free kick really well there on the left hand side.
Yeah, he was all on his own. He was going into a Rochdale cul-de-sac there, and you wondered how he was going to get anything for Boston, but he was able to do so there. It was brilliant from Jacob Hazel. It gives Boston a chance again just to load that penalty area, and again Rochdale, this is surprising me, because they're going all for broke when it's an attacking set piece, but when they're having to defend the set pieces, they're bringing everybody back still.
And this is encouraging Boston to bring men forward still for it, because I'm sure obviously they wouldn't if Rochdale left men back. But they take the free kick quickly through Ward down to Green on the left hand side by the corner flag. Green twisting and turning, trying to make something here, and he's won a throw-in right by the corner flag.
You don't mind, do you?
No,
usually you'd expect to be like, oh, really want a corner, but actually with Brad Nicholson it doesn't really matter whether it's a throw or a corner. So really good, again, inventive from a set piece, wasn't it? It was clever. It wasn't just lumped into the penalty area. It was thinking, right, let's put it into the corner, let's hope we can win something. That's what they're able to do.
So Brad Nicholson right by the corner flag on the left hand side will take this throw in. Boston plenty of men forward here as Nicholson launched it towards that 6-yard box. It's Ebanks Landell that heads it away. Rochdale haven't managed to clear this properly yet, and Ward does well to bring that ball down and goes for goal. It's a good effort, it was well blocked. Hill now has it. Richards goes back to Green on the halfway line on his own. Rochdale looking to bring men out, and Green calmly plays it to Dylan Hill over on the right, and he spreads it even further where Hazel stood on the right hand side. Plays the ball forward. Rochdale win it back. Boston looking to try and pick it up, but it'll be Rochdale that bring this up from the back now with East going past Knowles. Knowles tried to grab him but couldn't, and then Dylan Hill does so well to win that ball off Aidan Barlow in midfield and plays it back to Rowe under a bit of pressure, but plays that ball forward. Hill will look to give chase here against Waller, and Waller kicks it. I thought for a minute they kicked it into touch. I was going to say, he's so calm on the ball, isn't he? And they've done well here, Rochdale, to start an attack themselves with down the left hand side now. It's with Alarikia looking to run towards the penalty area. Boston have got plenty of men back though. He comes inside looking to make space for a shot. Boston's shape is good. The Rochdale fans getting frustrated. Still 2-0 to the Pilgrims here. Gilmore has it for Rochdale, goes out to the left hand side. 64 gone. Can Boston keep this lead intact? It's a cross into the penalty. It comes off a Boston head. Adepoku then heads it towards goal. It's cleared away by Nicholson. Rochdale certainly putting the pressure on Boston at the moment. Hill though does really well to win the header and finds Jacob Hazel. He's got Knowles with him. Hazel as he runs down the left hand side looks to play that ball across. It went over the defender and it comes to Knowles, but on the right hand side of the penalty area now. Knowles drills the ball in, but Ebanks Landell will do well to clear as Grantham Town have gone behind at Coventry Sphinx. Joe Percy with the goal in the 56th minute, so it's 1-0 to Coventry Sphinx in that game. Here it's 2-0 to Boston United, but Rochdale looking to crank the pressure and Boston just looking to counter when they can, as Adepoku has the ball now on the right hand side, finds Henderson who came on as a half-time sub. Back to Adepoku, pulls it back to Ryan East, Again, they're trying to make space for the cross. Boston's shape has been outstanding at the moment, but it's still the home side coming forward. Henderson, right hand side of the penalty area, finds Adepoku up against Green again, plays it down, then there's a ball in towards Henderson. Henderson brings it down inside the penalty area, finds Gilmore with the shot. It's a good save from Gregory. He tips it over. It was right down his throat, but the Boston United goalkeeper does well to tip that one over.
Yeah, superb, wasn't it, from Cameron Gregory to get that one over. It was well worked again from Rochdale. It was Ian Henderson, the man who just ghosts into pockets of space and is able to pick the ball up in good areas. And first time really we've seen Rochdale have a go at goal as well, wasn't it, from edge of the penalty area. Decent strike, and looks like they're about to make another change in a minute.
Cameron Gregory doing the sensible thing there, is hit with such power. Goalkeeper taking no chances, and it's a corner kick in towards that near post. He's actually headed over by Ebanks Landell at the near post. The near post is what they've been trying to do from every corner, and that time it was nearly successful, as Jack Kingdom is coming on for that man, Ethan Ebanks Landell, and there's interesting reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, ironic cheers, wasn't it, from the Rochdale supporters to their captain being taken off. So Kingdon, I would assume that maybe Kingdon's got a little bit more pace at back, and when Boston go on the counter attack, they've got somebody to deal with that. We'll wait and see.
We'll find out, as Maiden headed down to 10 men in their game against Aldershot, so it's still 1-0 to the Shots in that one. We'll work out what all this does for the table a little bit nearer the end of the game. Don't want to tempt fate as Gregory takes this goal kick. Rochdale do win it back. It's Gilmore who had that effort just a couple of minutes ago, and he's kicked it very high in the air, but it hasn't gone very far, and Rowe did well to win that for Boston. Then Hill just prods that ball forward, and Hazel's going to try and get there before the goalkeeper, and Waller was well on the edge of his area there, but did well and throws it out to Adepoku, and Keaton Ward back and does so well to win that back. Keaton Ward, that's fantastic play, and Boston have won the ball back there brilliantly. And now Hill from the ball from Richards down the left hand side for Boston United. Dylan Hill, he's got Richards making the run, but Dylan Hill wins the throw, and that's fantastic play all round.
I think the biggest improvement in Dylan Hill's game since Graham Coughlin comes in is he looks forward now.
Yes.
Before under Ian Culverhouse, he was very much a looking back pass, side to side pass player, but now he gets down and he runs and he drives Boston forward. Again, it was really good work from Keaton Ward, another hard working display from him, and Boston with another opportunity. We should start making notes of how many throw-ins Boston and Brad Nicholson have, I think.
Yeah, go on then. This is number 12, I don't know. Nicholson to take the throw for Boston United, again looking for that 6-yard box. He's headed away, then it'll come to Hill with a volley. Oh, he caught it so well, and it's straight at the goalkeeper Waller. Just for a second there you thought Dylan Hill it was going to ripple the net, and now he's the furthest, well, one of the furthest back for Boston to try and stop this Rochdale counter, and it's with Gilmore in the middle of the park. Rochdale fans again, they're very frustrated, the home fans. They'll have seen this as a big opportunity tonight as Adepoku comes inside up against Keaton Ward, who supported Green really well on this Boston United left this second half. Henderson goes back to the substitute Kingdon, and he plays it across to Gilmore, and Boston United have got some defending to do here as Rochdale look to build patiently through East. It's his ball forward that's intercepted by Jordan Richards, and Boston United looking to keep their shape at the moment, and with the score at 2-0 to see through to the end, we're going to go over and let Rob commentate.
Thank you, Dale. That's
you get the goals,
hopefully that is the case, and hopefully they're going to be Boston United goals as Adepoku's lost the ball to Jimmy Knowles, and Boston can drive forward once again. It's Knowles, he's gone past one, he plays it out to the left to Green, back into the edge of the area. Knowles with a shot and puts it in the bottom corner. Boston United 3-0 up, and Jimmy Knowles, the hero of last year, could he be the hero this year?
Oh wow, that is the goal of the game. That is absolutely fantastic play. Knowles deserves a goal for the way he's played tonight. The build-up play was fantastic. It's a great ball from Green. Knowles, so composed, fires it across the goalkeeper. What a goal that was, and I just wish I'd handed over to you at half-time.
You couldn't have called that better, Dale.
I know.
That was like an assist into a goal there.
Thank
that was
you.
a commentary assist into the Coventry goal from Dale there. Brilliant, wasn't it? Brilliant football, and Jimmy Knowles again on his left-hand side And I think Jacob Hayes was trying to wind up some of the Rochdale fans now. Look at this, Dale. How many are heading towards the exit?
Well, we said this. I said this at half-time. I said if Boston United get a third, you'll see lots leave, because they, honestly, the atmosphere turned at 1-0. And Boston have played it so well. But that goal, Rob, it was so good, wasn't it? The build-up play, Knowles out to Green, and the pass back to Knowles was fantastic. Great touch, great finish, great result. This is brilliant.
Braintree have just gone 2-1 up at Gateshead.
Are there any other results going Boston's
apart from
way?
Maidenhead losing, nothing is going Boston's way, which makes it an even more important result as things stand. I can tell you it's been quite a good minute as well, because Grantham Town have just levelled at Coventry Sphinx as well. Sam Tomlinson scoring for the Gingerbread. So Boston leading here by 3-0. Hazel, Mills, Knowles, those Boston fans delighted in the far right hand corner. Can the Pilgrims now see this one out? We expected there to be a possible goal on the break. It wasn't a complete counter-attack, but it was brilliant from and incisive from Boston, and Jimmy Knowles was at the heart of it. And now Adu Poku up against Cameron Green, who's on that yellow card, so just has to be careful. East now plays it into the edge of the penalty area. Rochdale with Adu Poku once again out wide to Henderson, right hand side of the penalty area, plays it back into Adu Poku. Hazel getting back and defend. Boston with everybody behind the ball. East goes for the shot. Oh, it takes a deflection, and then I think it came off the outside of the post and behind for a Rochdale corner.
I think it's just clipped the outside of the post there, and 20 minutes to go, 3-0 up. You don't want to be conceding, you don't want to make it nervy. Enjoy this 20 minutes, Boston. Keep your focus, because they've defended so well tonight. So just keep it going.
Yeah, corner for Rochdale, right footed now in towards the penalty spot, headed away by Richards. Hill gets it further away and then chases after his own header. It's played back into the box by Rochdale to Alarakia, back out to the left to Beckwith, and now a chance for Barlow to have a run at Teal, who's currently on the edge of the area. Barlow tries to get the shot away, Teal blocks it, Boston win it back, and now they can go on the counter-attack, and Jimmy Knowles has got the freedom of Scotland as he looks to run, and he goes in on the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's just going to get there in the end. Jimmy Knowles looking to do the spectacular there.
Wow.
Couldn't add to his goal, but it's Rochdale now on the attack. It's really opening. We want 4 is the chant from the Boston United supporters, and
won't put it past them.
The opportunity on the break, definitely, as the ball is out to the right hand side to Henderson. And now with Rochdale once again, and East clips it forward. Hazel back at centre half, heading that one away, and Knowles gets it back, and it's thumped away by J-Rowe.
Rochdale's evening just summed up. The scoreboard's gone off. Oh, it's back on.
I saw a light disappear, and I didn't want to say it might be the floodlights, but it was the scoreboard. That's all right.
Scoreboard.
I did panic for a second and thought,
we'll
surely
just have to shout the score out more if it goes off again.
18 minutes to go. Rochdale on the attack with Adu Poku on the right again, up against Cameron Green. Adu Poku wild and behind for a goal kick, and again it's just now what Graham Coughlin, in conversation with Jamie Rayner and Lee Bullen, what they decide to do in terms of substitutions. Because
you'd think, Rob, it'd be Gale and Marriott. It has been the last 4 of the last 5. Couldn't take Yeovil because Gale didn't play. This is quite late for them, and they've done it earlier than this before. But just a couple of things noticeable by Rochdale. They're now just trying to shoot from the edge of the area all the time instead of working the way through. Adu Poku, that was just wild. He's been quite composed. It's all going Boston United's way, isn't it, at the moment? And this performance, Yeovil last week was excellent in terms of the performance. Braintree in terms of the battling. This has been a mixture of them both, and it's been outstanding.
Braintree just gone 3-1 up at Gateshead.
Of course they have.
They were the furthest away, in a sense, so they're the least to worry about at the moment. But Boston doing what they needed to do and winning. It might not mean they're out the bottom 4 tonight, but what it does mean is they're, again, well within the mix, as we see. I think that was James Gale, wasn't it, just coming into the dugout.
Gateshead are not doing many favours for Boston, are they? Losing to Wilson on Saturday, and
although Gateshead losing is...
Sorry, it's Maidenhead, wasn't it?
Gateshead losing is Rochdale come forward here. Shot is well blocked again, this time by Zach Mills, but the job that Gateshead or Braintree are doing is helping Rochdale out as Boston come forward again with Hazel just holding off his man. Does really well, Jacob Hazel. Lays it back for Keaton Ward. Now out to Cameron Green on the left hand side. Boston don't need to force anything. Rochdale about to bring another centre forward on him. Mitchell, it's a lovely forward ball. Hazel just gets it taken off his toes. trying to spin in on the fourth, and again it's given away by Rochdale at the back and Barlow, but he's able to retrieve it and go back to his goalkeeper, who nearly lets it run past him. But Cara Mitchell, big centre forward's about to come on for Rochdale for the final quarter of an hour. Boston here leading by 3-0. 2 goals in the first half from Jacob Hazel and Zach Mills. The third coming through Jimmy Knowles. It's Rochdale trying to create something here. If they can get a goal back, they might fancy a late surge in the final 15, but it's with the hosts and Adupoku out on the right hand side, looks for the 1-2 with Henderson, gets it, Henderson fires it across goal, headed away by Nicholson. Ward gets it further clear, Hazel tries to thump it away and gets caught.
Jacob Hazel knew he was going to get fouled there. That was fantastic play. Also point out, second Tuesday links the same 3 goal scorers that scored at Yeovil that scored today. I would say I realised that, but Christian's just messaged me.
We're going to see 2 changes for Rochdale here. We're going to see Cara Mitchell and Connor McBride. So Ryan East, who's been playing central midfield, is off.
Well, Cairo Mitchell, strange one, because he's their top scorer, isn't he?
Yeah. And on for McBride's about to come on, and James Gale's about to come on for Boston. So McBride is coming on here for Beckwith. That's another centre half. Boston have had forced Rochdale to change 2 of their 3 centre halves, which is credit to the way they've played. James Gale is about to come on.
Hopefully a similar cameo to Saturday. He was excellent on Saturday, did the little bits that needed doing to see the clock down. Gale, he was really effective. Of course, Jacob Hazel stood on the halfway line on the centre spot.
Jacob Hazel,
he's been outstanding.
15th of the season, but again, it's his all-round display, isn't it, tonight for Boston?
You're absolutely right, Rob, and I think his partnership with Knowles is one of the biggest reasons Boston are giving them an opportunity of staying up. Took his goal well, you know, it was a right man, right place type of thing, but he's harrowing, his free kicks to relieve the pressure he wins. We even got him doing a defensive header at one point, and we couldn't believe he was back there. Outstanding.
He's having a laughing joke with Graham Coughlin. I think he probably just apologised for taking him off, saying it's nothing to do with your performance, it's just I think he was saying you look a bit tired because you were starting to be more at centre half than centre forward, I think is what he was trying to say. They're going, you were a bit too deep for what I was really wanted you to do. But brilliant from Jacob Hazel tonight, and James Gale on for the final 14 minutes plus added time, and Gale's going to go chasing after this ball quickly, but Rochdale have it with Adupoku, who's going back towards his own goal. Gale going chasing after it once again. Played forward now for Henderson up against Richards. Again, Boston not allowing Rochdale to get out of their own defensive third at the moment. Now they do with the long kick forward from Waller, the goalkeeper.
Is that the first one he's done, Waller?
Yeah, it is, and it's well taken down by Jay Bird, and now Bird driving at the Boston defence. They've got runners right and left. Bird still going forward into the edge of the D and puts it over the bar.
Well, it's a threat, Rob. He's a good player, Bird. They just seem to back off and let him get his head down and run. Boston heading for 3 clean sheets in a row. If they can see this one out, which, what an achievement that is, following the 2-2 at Woking. And there's a strange feeling at the end of the Woking game, because Boston dominated that game of football and managed to just save a point at the end, but following that, you know, it feels a massive point. Now they've gone on and got 3 away wins in a row, 3 clean sheets. They're just on the march. It's just, hopefully they can get this job done this season.
Yeah, 12 to play. Boston with that 3-0 lead here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Rob Makepeace, Dale Story, your commentary team, is now Barlow driving forward for Rochdale, hits the back of Mitchell. Mills gets a little bit of luck and then gets the slide challenge in. Knowles does really well to protect it and sets Boston off on the attack again with Ward. Hits it with the outside of the right foot and it's forward to Gale. Gale in the right hand corner of the penalty area. Protects it. Played back now for J. Rowe. Out to the right to Dylan Hill. Again, Boston don't need to go and force this now. They have that 3-0 lead, but ball played into Keaton Ward. He can't win the 50-50 this time. I just wonder whether he might be one of those that ends up getting replaced just to freshen things up for the final 10 minutes, as Adupoku has it on the right hand side. Played back for Rochdale at centre half. Out towards the left hand side now to the number 8 Gilmore. Boston with defending to do here. Played into the edge of the penalty area to Bird, 25 yards out from goal, forced backwards to Kingdon, one of 4 Rochdale subs. Now Barlow has it, wants an option, goes back to Kingdon once again. 79 minutes on the clock. Ball with Barlow again, forced back to Kingdon. Kingdon into the centre half position at the moment on the halfway line. Gale going chasing after it. Kingdon fires it forward. Boston trying to defend, but Henderson's got a little bit of space, gets the shot in and finds the goal. Decent effort that. Zach Mills frustrated, but Ian Henderson has given Rochdale a slimmer of hope.
It's a good goal, isn't it, from attacking point of view. He's brought it down, turned and curled it round Cameron Gregory. Boston will be frustrated that ball through to him, managed to get through to him, and it just asks a question or two, doesn't it, with 10 minutes to go. It could end up being quite nerve-wracking, this, for Boston United, because Rochdale, will that give them the boost they need to push on and get back in this game? Let's hope not. It's a good goal, that.
Yeah, really good finish, wasn't it, from Ian Henderson. Boston just need to see this out now, as you say. It's about not giving Rochdale any hope.
On Saturday they did the side of the game, seeing the game out really well. They're going to have to do it again tonight.
Ball is with the goal scorer Henderson, and you can hear the home fans are now suddenly right back involved in this game, and they have it out with Adu Poku on the right hand side. Boston having to defend once again. Barlow has it out to the right to Henderson again, played forward for Barlow on towards the byline, gets the ball in towards the near post. It's a miscue from Brad Nicholson, and Boston are just rocking ever so slightly.
Why has he not got a shout from his goalkeeper? It looked like he was just going straight through to Gregory. No one had gone for it. Nobody gambled for Rochdale. You can hear it in the crowd. Goals change games, goals change atmospheres, and that's what's happening at the moment. Boston just got to see this out.
Corner for Rochdale, 12th of the evening, left-footed in towards that near post, headed away by Mills, who goes and tries to chase after the ball once again, but that should hopefully be protected by Jimmy Knowles, and it is, and it's out of play, and it will be a goal kick.
There's Tony Weston, who's ready to come on. Just try and take a bit of the sting out of this bit of pressure. Boston, they're still 2 goals up. Still playing really well. And Rochdale are a good side coming forward. They're probably always going to score at some point tonight. That's how, we'd have felt Jimmy Knowles going off for Tony Weston. I mean, Jimmy Knowles has been outstanding tonight. Absolutely brilliant. Scored Boston's best goal. Brilliant goal. When he nearly did that, where he looked like he was going to go through for the 4th, he's just been brilliant.
And again, he's got that sharpness, hasn't he, to his game. Now he's had a run of games. When he first joined on loan from Accrington, he didn't look the kind of player we saw last year, but he's got his sharpness about him. He's got match fitness. He looks back to his best.
And he's adding goals. It's all coming together, isn't it?
Long ball forward. Gale trying to fight his way through. He's gone down. Weston's going to get there. Weston gets the shot in. It trickles along the goal and wide.
First
chance
touch.
That.
Weston's first touch. He feels it's. Are they thinking Weston's shot was deflected, or are they thinking Gale was fouled? There's something Boston are not happy about. But Weston there, it's always going to be a threat in behind, and he's unlucky there.
7.5 to play. Rochdale 1, Boston 3. Things don't feel quite as comfortable as they did 5 minutes ago, that is for sure, but Boston still in a tremendous position. But it's Rochdale coming forward again with Bird. Bit of space for Henderson, who's done well for Rochdale since coming on. Out to Adu Poku, tries to get the cross in. Green blocks it, and we have another Rochdale corner, their 13th of the evening, which suggests a game which Rochdale have dominated and Boston have scored on the break. It's not been the case, but they have had a lot of corners.
I don't understand why they keep going to the near post either.
Here it comes again then. Another corner comes in towards that near post, flick towards goal, still not cleared by Boston.
Brilliant. Deflected
and cleared, and now Boston will try and go on the counter attack. Weston's ball is a poor one though, given away, and it's Rochdale who have it again, edge of the penalty area with Adu Poku. He goes back to the frustration of the home fans. Boston have been able to get themselves in shape now, and they have it on the halfway line, the home side. Gale going chasing after Kingdon, who has to go back across to his fellow centre half in Hogan. We've still got plenty of time in this game, and Rochdale are trying to find a way back into it. The ball nearly deflected through. Nicholson this time clears it away, but it's Barlow who has it, this time blocked by Richards, and now Weston on his own has 3-4 Rochdale players around him, but he's not able to do anything with it. And it's back with Rochdale again, and it's Adu Poku again. This could be a nervy end. Do not leave us here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, because as well as having the post-match reaction to this game, we could be in for quite an exciting end. Hopefully that won't be the case, and hopefully Boston can make this a boring final 5 minutes plus added time, as Sutton have levelled at Fylde. That's a really good goal for Boston United's survival hopes, but it's Rochdale at the moment who could dent Boston's survival hopes. Currently 3-1 down Rochdale, and they're looking to get a second goal back in a matter of minutes. In the penalty area at the moment, back out to Henderson now for Rochdale, into the edge of the penalty area to Bird. Hill just trying to block Bird, who now goes towards the byline, gets the cross into the box, and it's cleared away by the right foot of Brad Nicholson, and it's all Rochdale.
Well, they've moved Adu Poku. He's not coming down this side anymore, which surprises me, because you think, wouldn't you, he'd be running at green, but this is tense, isn't it?
It really is. Hogan has it, played across at the moment with Rochdale, still with the home side and Gilmore. Gale goes chasing after it. Boston with everybody behind the ball. Gale nearly gets there, but instead it's played across to the right to Kingdom, midway inside the Boston half, out to the right to Henderson once again, now with Adu Poku, looks to play the ball forward for Kingdom, who's come across from centre half, and it's blocked by Tony Weston for corner number 14.
Yeah, that Rochdale are trying to work their way through again like they were doing when they were on top in the first half. Boston dealing with everything at the moment really well, but that clock seems to be very slow opposite us.
It does. Here, 4 to play. This time it's going to be a right-footed corner from Barlow, so more of an outswinger this time. It's played in towards that near post. Ward tries to get something on it. It's going to be recycled by Rochdale out to Barlow. Green sticking to the task, and that has gone out of play. Brilliant from Cameron Green once again, and I think that's what we should credit actually, because a lot of the corners have come from Cameron Green, blocking crosses into the box.
Yes, it's all been this side, hasn't it? That's where they see their threat down the right. Green, who's been on a yellow card for the whole of this second half. It's been a really professional display from him, and they haven't actually got that many crosses in. It's been corners, and that's down to Green. And again, I mentioned it a minute ago that I don't understand why every corner's going for the near post. I get the variety, I get that near post works sometimes, but every corner, and they haven't got Ebanks Landell on, who was the only one that looked like winning it. But well, keep going if it's not working.
Yeah, Gregory taking his time over this goal kick. Played long. Gale heads it infield. Weston doesn't go up to challenge for the header. The header instead falls to Adu Poku on the centre circle. This time Gale has won it back. Hill tries to protect it, and it's with Rochdale instead going forward with Alarakia on the left hand side. Henderson's made the run over to the right. Instead it's with Barlow, now out to Ian Henderson, the man who got Rochdale's goal, to pull it back to 3-1, and just to make it a bit nervous for those Boston fans who haven't stopped singing Yellow and Black Army, as Bird in on goal through the legs of Gregory. 2.5 to play. It's Rochdale 2, Boston 3.
You know, he's done nothing all game, Jay Bird, then all of a sudden that little bit of quality, finds himself in on Gregory, smashes it through his legs. Oh dear. What have you got, Boston? This is going to take some character to see this one out. Rochdale's, you know, they're well on top at the moment. They have been for the last 20 minutes or so. This is huge now for Boston. Can they see this one out?
Nicholson, it's a lazy ball forward. And Rochdale with 2 minutes plus added time, as Sutton have gone 2-1 up at Fylde. This could be a monumental few minutes in Boston United's season. Ward fires it long. And Boston, having been in such a comfortable position 10 minutes ago, and now looking nervily at their watches.
That's where you need your leaders, you need your experienced players just to get this team over the line. This could be massive.
Boston fans trying to cheer on their side. Graham Coughlin looks calm in the technical area, hands in pockets, but it's Rochdale who have it on the halfway line, to Kingdon on the right, and now out wide to Henderson as we enter the final minute of the 90. It's Adu Poku who has it, looking to have a run at Boston United, who deal with that, and Richards fires it long, but Boston with everybody behind the ball. There's not an out ball at the moment, it's just going to come straight back at them. And it's with Rochdale on the halfway line, out to Kingdon once again. We are in the final 50 seconds. Cameron Green getting frustrated as Henderson comes forward for Rochdale. He goes past Teal, still not properly cleared by Boston. It is this time by Keaton Ward. The things that Boston were doing very well at the start of this game are now not happening. Cross into the box, Teal gets it away for the Pilgrims. Weston gets clattered, no free kick given. Weston stays down, and it's a head injury, and he's going to need some treatment there because he got absolutely clattered.
Yeah, I don't think it was a foul. I think he went in for it, and the other player got there first. But he did get clattered in the head. The referee has to stop the game. On Saturday, I asked Graham Coughlin about the away support, and he said they can always sense when the team needs that bit of energy, and that's exactly what they're trying to do now as they announce the attendance. 3 minutes. Wow. We had this on Saturday as well. We were like, wow, I thought it'd be a lot more. Oh, it's another nerve-wracking one. They've just announced the attendance, Rob. I don't know if you saw it, 1974. Don't know how many away fans. 3 minutes. I thought it'd be more than that. I'll take 3.
It's a drop ball though that Rochdale have. Barlow out to Adu Poku. Weston in with the challenge, so 3 minutes for Boston United to survive here. They lead by 3 goals to 2, having been 3-0 up until the 80th minute. Cross into the box, Cameron Gregory gathers and will take another 20 seconds or so to get back.
Said to you on Saturday, he was a little bit hesitant at times. That's the Cameron Gregory we want, commanding his area, holding the ball, winding the clock down. Oh, there's a lot of people around us unhappy that only 3 minutes have been added on. We've nearly had one of them, Rob.
I mean, I have to say, to be fair to Boston, they've not really time wasted in this game. It's been the subs. I know there's been a lot of subs as Gregory kicks it straight out of play.
They've not had the ball, have they? That's the thing. The last 15 minutes or so, they've hardly had the ball. They've not been able to keep the ball. That's handball.
No, referee says no. Rochdale have it inside their own half at the moment. Are they going to fashion one more opportunity? A minute and a half just over to play. Weston back defending, blocks off Adu Poku. Superb from Tony Weston.
Yeah, the ref's going to stop the game.
And Adu Poku is down with a head injury
now. He's holding his face. The ref's going to have to stop the game. Weston does so well there. Look, he's absolutely fine, but the ref stopped it.
I think Cameron Green is also saying to Tony Weston, come and help me out.
Well, this is what they've done really well this second half, is they have helped Green, Richards at times, Keaton Ward at times. We've got 175 visitors here tonight, Rob.
Credit to the Boston United fans who again have travelled as the referee allows Rochdale to continue, and it's with Barlow on the halfway line. We're into the final 60 seconds of this game. Will there be one more moment of drama? Silly from Tony Weston giving away a free kick.
Well, the Graham Coughlin stare said it all there. Silly. He's just invited a chance for a free ball into the penalty area now. Oh.
Boston in a brilliant position after 79 minutes, leading 3-0. Rochdale, through goals from Henderson and Bird, have made it 3-2. We are into the final minute of added time, and Rochdale have a free kick midway inside the Boston half, just right of centre. It's Barlow, take it, played into the box, headed away by Boston. Weston hooks it further clear. It's one which Dylan Hill is going to go and chase. Boston need to get themselves out. Ball is with the Rochdale goalkeeper. He's tried to go long and he's found a brilliant ball out to Alarakia on the left hand side. Rochdale still playing it around at the back. We've played the 3 added minutes. The referee's going to add a little bit longer on by the looks of it. It's with Adu Poku. Boston just need to see this one out. Adu Poku forward down the right hand side, still with Rochdale. Ward gets it, wins the free kick.
Ward, that's brilliant.
And that should be that.
Oh, as he gets up, just a big roll out of Keaton Ward. That's fantastic defensive play. Knew he was going to be fouled. One thing Boston have done really well this half, Rob, is they've dealt with the set pieces. They've won every cross. The 2 goals haven't come from crosses. They've dealt with everything that's been thrown at them. 2 bits of quality from Rochdale got them back in this game, and that's it, Red. That'll do. Go on, get your whistle blown.
Cameron Gregory just needs to thump this as far as he can. Referee, he's still playing on. No, he isn't. What a night this is for Boston United. It ended up being a little bit more difficult than it might have been after 79 minutes, but they have seen it through and they have got a valuable 3 points at Rochdale. Graham Coughlin is not quite believing what happened at the end there, but the Pilgrims' tremendous run away from home continues. It was 2-0 at half-time. Jacob Hazel and Zach Mills scoring to give Boston a 2-0 lead. The third came midway through the second half. A fine finish from Jimmy Knowles, but 2 goals in the final 10 minutes from Ian Henderson and Jay Bird made things very nervy. But Dale Story, they got over the line.
Well, just when we were beginning to think, this has been a lovely evening out in Rochdale, they go and concede 2 goals, but I mean, when we get together, we don't do normal games, do we, Rob? And that was something very, very special again tonight. Boston, 5 away wins in a row. I said it a while back that against Yeovil they played really classy and dominated the game. Braintree they had to really battle. Tonight has been a mix of the two, and it's outstanding. It's one of the results of the season, if not the result of the season. It's absolutely huge for Boston United. I don't think it takes them out of the bottom 4. I believe, Rob, because most of the results have gone against them. But as the players go over to celebrate with those 175 fans who once again have been unbelievable here for Boston United, and they're away again on Saturday, and we know they'll travel well again, Boston. The performance was brilliant. The goals, Jimmy Knowles' goal was absolutely brilliant. It's a special night, it's a memorable night, but most importantly it's 3 more huge points.
And again, it might not feel like a huge 3 points. I can tell you Graham Coughlin is just having a word with the referee and the officials, and so is Jim McNulty, just seeing what the conversations are going on about there. The referee just making his way in, but it's a massive result for Boston United. Number one, because they get the 3 points, that makes it a big result, but because results have not gone their way barring Fylde and Maidenhead, it actually means the gap tonight is still 2.
Wow, Dagenham won. Wow. Yeah, exactly. I feel that the minimum tonight was that gap still had to be 2 points. That's what you felt, even if Boston had lost and every other team had lost. As long as that gap was still 2 points, I felt that was a big achievement going into a game on Saturday. They'll really fancy their chances. Other teams are going to pick up results. That's what relegation scraps are all about. Sutton turning that one around is huge for Boston United. For Dagenham and Wilson to pick up wins that we didn't expect, it's going to happen. There's going to be twists and turns. Did anyone see away from Boston see Boston winning this game tonight? No, of course they didn't. What a result, what a performance. They are well and truly with a great chance of staying up as the players and the fans celebrate together, and they're doing this well again. They're shaking hands with the fans. They've done this over the last 2 or 3 away games now, and it's just another special night. This season just keeps giving, doesn't it?
Yeah, but again, it's just 3 points, isn't it? That's the big thing. It's a huge 3 points, there's no doubt in that, and I'm sure Graham Coughlin, when we speak to him in the next half an hour, will say the same. It's only another 3 points. Nothing's been achieved yet.
He'll say exactly that. It's like you've spoken to him many a time and know him word for word there, Rob. He'll say exactly that. It is just 3 points, but I think it's more that, again, they've just beaten a side that will probably end up in the playoffs. B, they've just beaten the side that absolutely battered them first game of the season. And also, it's a case of you think, what if they hadn't got these 3 points? Suddenly we'd be saying 5 points again, and that mountain looks huge. So it is huge. It's massive. If they can back this up again on Saturday, to win 5 away games in a row for a side second bottom, although they're not second bottom now, I believe. They've gone up a place. Wow, it's just been incredible as they go off underneath us here, the players. What a performance.
Yeah, it really was. There's a real togetherness now, isn't there, about 100%. This group of Boston United players, and a real belief that they can go and get the job done. We'll go through the full-time scores elsewhere, but I want to head off to the other featured game we've been covering tonight. Grantham Town at Coventry Sphinx. Late drama in this one as well, Graham Cowell.
We've still got at least a couple of minutes here to go, Rob. But yes, the Gingerbreads have called themselves back into this game, but then have suffered absolute disappointment. Just as the clock was ticking into 90 minutes with scores level. A deep cross to the far post wasn't dealt with by the Gingerbreads back line, and it dropped for Harry Wakefield, who made no mistake firing into the back of the Grantham net. Grantham had fallen behind early in the second half when Joseph Percy gave the home side the lead, and the Gingerbreads looked down and out at that point, but a couple of substitutions sparked Grantham up, and when Jevon Seaton's shot was saved on 63 minutes, the rebound was turned in by Sam Tomlinson, and for a long time the Grantham side looked like they could get something out of this game. It got turned end to end, but that 90th minute goal for Coventry Sphinx looks like being a sickener for the Gingerbreads, as the score at the moment is Coventry Sphinx 2, Grantham Town 1.
We'll let you know if there's any late drama in that game, but it has been quite a night for Boston United. As we edge towards 9:45, here's your headlines on Hope and Glory.
Hope! They've done it! With the last kick of the game, City have levelled it! They deserve that! And Glory. And that is it! Boston United are going to be playing National League football once again! Hope and Glory.
BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
Well, they might not be out at the bottom four, but it's been quite a night for Boston United, whose superb run continues with victory at Rochdale. Boston can drive forward. Once again, it's Knowles. He's gone past one. He plays it out to the left to Green. Back into the edge of the area. Knowles with a shot and puts it in the bottom corner. Boston United 3-0 up, and Jimmy Knowles, the hero of last year, could he be the hero this year? First time in the league since 1995 that Boston have won 5 away games in a row. Can they do it? Can it be the greatest of great escapes for the Pilgrims, who finally tonight we can say are not in 23rd place? At the moment, Grantham Town look like they will be again a long way from safety, losing 2-1 at Coventry Sphinx in added time in that game, Grantham having conceded in the 90th minute. Reaction to come then here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire from a fantastic away day for Boston United.